What is up, Dynasty Life crew?
Sort
Hammer
of.
in the building.
2 out of 3, maintaining my status. I keep up appearances, unlike some cohorts. I'm not going to name names.
Uh, yeah, Bagala's out again tonight, it looks like, but we hold it down as usual. Uh, Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe, and let's get into it. We got one Dynasty roster to do. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but I couldn't actually pull it up in time. But we got it pulled up here, and let's go over it. So you can see the format on the bottom. You've got one QB. It's super flex. So you got a QB and the super flex, two RBs, two wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. So start eight essentially. There is a defense and a kicker, but I didn't feel like that was necessary to put up here. But 12 team PPR super flex. His record was 5-3. Because he sent this last week, I think, right before last week. So not sure what his record currently stands at. But let's go through it. Hammer, what do you see?
I mean, off the rip, he's got 3 outstanding quarterbacks, 2 that you could bank on dynasty wise, and a third one, which is kind of found money in Geno Smith at this point. I don't know how much he's worth from a dynasty perspective, but damn, like if you can unload him for a nice piece, I think I would start there at this particular point. But
Mm.
just looking at it, yeah, it's those 3 quarterbacks. I'll be honest with you though, Justin Herbert's kind of underperformed from what I expected on a per game basis. This season I have him in a redraft league, and I've been a little frustrated with him. I understand he's had some injuries, obviously, to his wide receiver core. But yeah, that's what really stands out from the jump. Running backs, once again, found money with Kenneth Walker there. Damian Pierce, that's pretty good. The rest of it is kind of hit or miss with Edmonds, J. Rob, and Herbert. That's Khalil Herbert, right?
About yeah,
Okay.
lost it to him. But
Um,
yeah,
Wide receiver core: Pittman, Waddle, Boyd, Judy, Hamler. Yeah, you're gonna need to upgrade there. So that's kind of also the glaring standout for this particular team. Zach Ertz, that's okay for now. He's going to be pretty good over the next year, maybe 2 at the max. So yeah, first round picks, 2023, 1 second, 1 fourth. So it looks like he,
no first. 23, 24, and 25. No first.
oh shit. Okay.
Yep.
I'm kind of
No first
curious.
at all.
I'm kind of curious
But he
what he
spent it on, right?
used for those,
Maybe Hurts. I'm guessing.
or
Uh,
Walker.
Hurts, Walker, somebody he spent on, but
Yeah, so just looking at it off the rip, I like the running backs, so I think you're okay there. I do think you need to parlay Geno Smith into a wide receiver.
definitely. Kaya, what's up, man? Like the channel. Thanks, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Pollard, Aaron Jones, Monty, pick one. And then we've got Godwin or Lockett, pick one wide receiver and one flex out of them all full PPR. Pick one Tanya and Ingram. Okay. Start from the back, Hammer. Tight end, Tanyan or Ingram?
First of all, that sounded way too weird. I'm going to need you to rephrase that on how you present it to me. But I understand what you're saying. It just sounded a little
Really?
weird. All right, let's see what we got here. Tanyan or Ingram? I'm taking Evan Ingram here. Tanyan's just too inconsistent in that offense. I think he's a really talented tight end, but he's just a little too inconsistent for me. I think Evan Ingram provides you with a little more of a stable floor. So I'll go Evan Ingram at tight end.
And he has the better matchup, though, I think, too. They're playing the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Let me just make sure real quick. Oh, my bad.
And then Pollard, Jones,
They're
Monty.
playing the Chiefs, so definitely Ingram. I agree with that. We'll definitely go with Ingram. Go ahead, Em.
Yep. And then it looks like Godwin or Lockett. So you really need 3 out of those 5, right? So 1 wide receiver, which would be Lockett.
Yeah.
And then 1 running back, which would be it's Aaron Jones if he plays. Or it's Pollard if Zeke doesn't play. That's the critical situation. So, for the running back and flex, I think I'm going to go Pollard and Aaron Jones either way.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I'm playing Pollard regardless of Zeke playing or not. So
Even in the flex?
Yeah. Yeah, in the flex. So yeah, I'd do the same. I'd play Aaron Jones and Pollard. I wouldn't play. I'd probably sit Monty. It's close, but I'd probably sit Monty.
I agree.
But I think I'm gonna go with Godwin over Lockett. I know Lockett. We were just talking about it. Wide receiver 10 on the season. Like he's
Yes, we
been
were.
awesome. So for me, I just love the volume of Godwin, and sooner or later, it's got to hit and it's got to turn out. So I'm gonna go with Godwin, and I'm gonna sit. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna play both Godwin and Lockett. So I'll play Godwin, Lockett, and Aaron
Pollard?
Jones. No, I'll play Godwin, Lockett, and Aaron Jones, right? 1 running back, and yeah. So I'll play Aaron Jones, Godwin, and Lockett. That's who I'm gonna go with.
What if Zeke doesn't play?
If Zeke doesn't play, then I'm going with Pollard over Aaron Jones. So
Okay.
Zeke doesn't play, Pollard over Aaron Jones, but otherwise Aaron Jones, Godwin, and Lockett I'm going with, and Ingram. So I'd rather go with both Godwin and Lockett than to go with either Pollard or Monty. Unless Zeke is out. So
yeah.
Yeah, Kyle, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, brother.
Yep.
Exactly what I'm saying. Yes, sir. Caden, my guy, what up, Caden? Do I flip Goddard and CD for Kelsey? Yeesh. If I do this, my flex is in Garrett Wilson. I don't know, bro.
I don't like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know if I love it. I mean, Goddard's been good. I mean, Kelsey is a monster in himself, but do we really want to rely on Garrett Wilson? I mean, we know the talent is there, but I mean,
and he's been playing pretty well, though.
He has been. It's been up and down. Kelsey does give you that great advantage. I mean, depending on what the rest of your team looks like, if you think Kelsey is going to take you over the edge, to where you need to be to win that ship, then absolutely go and do it. But if the rest of your team isn't really lined up, then
I mean, Garrett Wilson over the last 2 games, 14 grabs on 16 targets over 200 yards. So it looks like something's cooking there.
You could. Can you get Kelsey and like a little tiny piece or something? Just something.
And like a little tiny piece.
I always ask for a little something extra. I mean,
yeah, we know.
Kelsey is the best guy in that trade, so it's like, yeah, I don't mind going ahead and doing it. I'm curious to know who your other 2 wide receivers are, though. Actually, that would kind of make a difference as well. But yeah, I would probably do it. Yeah, I'll take it. Fuck it. Let's go, Kelsey. But yeah, let me know who your other 2 wide receivers are. Oh, his other wide receivers are Hopkins and AJ Brown. So yeah, I'd do it then. I'll take Kelsey on that, and I'll take the chance on Garrett Wilson because Kelsey's going to make up for whatever you missed there. Running backs are Henry and Cook. Yeah, you're good, bro. QB's Tua. You all right, brother. You're good. The guy I'd be trading to, his wide receiver 1 is Olave. Yeah, I don't mind it then. Go do it, bro. Go get Kelsey. Win that ship. Marcos, what's up, brother? Loaded out RB, half PPR Kamara or Kenneth Walker.
Why you guys keep doing this to us?
There's always a lot. There's a lot of these because Kenneth Walker was chosen late, so there's a lot of people that have him.
Yep.
So do you ride with the hot hand and Kenneth, or I mean, what did Kamara do? I know didn't he just have a crazy game a couple weeks ago, but 25,
He didn't do that much last week. The week before that, he just was bananas. He had 9 grabs. He had 3 touchdowns 2 weeks ago. Last week, not so much.
Yeah, last week it was just bad all
Half
around.
PPR though matters, dude.
It does.
Especially with a guy like Kamara. Dude he's averaging like 7 targets a game, basically.
Yeah, like 25, 28 touches. Like,
Yeah.
that's the other, part. On a bad day, he gets 20 touches. Like,
I think I'm just going to go with Kamara here. And my answer to a lot of these questions, for the most part, has been Kenneth Walker. But I think that Kenneth Walker is going up against a tough front for the Bucks early in Munich. Remember, that game's 9:30 tomorrow. And Kenneth Walker doesn't give you as much in the receiving game. So on that standpoint alone, I'm going to go with Kamara here, but it is by a fucking eyelash, dude.
yeah, I think I'm the same. I always been picking Kamara just because he can have 10 catches, like, and
Yeah, his
yep,
floor is always going to be safe because of the targets and the receptions. And if he gets in the end zone, forget it. You're on your way to a 25-point day.
absolutely. I'll say live a long time. Oh shit.
Metal
Justin,
Jacket, one of my favorite movies of all time. Love you,
what's
love.
up, Justin? Thanks for tuning in, man. Someone offered me a trade. I send Derrick Henry for Aaron Jones and St. Brown. Thoughts? What are your other wide receivers? If you need a wide receiver, uh, then yeah, I guess I would probably do it. Just depends on your situation. Um,
No,
it's hard.
no,
It's rough to trade. It's rough to trade the king.
no. I'm not doing it. And I'll tell you exactly why I'm not doing it. Because you can give up something else of a less valuable piece. Derrick Henry is probably one of maybe, yeah, Derrick Henry is maybe, if you need a wide receiver, Derrick Henry is maybe one of 10 guys that can win you the league, like just by himself, essentially. So, and the way he's rumbling right now, there's always going to be that injury risk. And I did touch on, I think on yesterday's episode, I did touch on me noticing, I actually went against Derrick Henry last week, and I noticed that they really didn't give him a ton of carries in the second half last week. Now, you could look at that as, hey, they're just, load managing him and just making sure he doesn't get fucking 40 carries every game. Or maybe that's something of a formula they're going to start to use where they balance his carries and they're not trying to give him over 20 carries a game. So keep an eye on that. But the way he's running, dude, he's averaging like 6-7 yards a carry. I'm not trading Derrick Henry, even for Aaron Jones and Amon-Ra. I would trade a lesser piece and get a lesser wide receiver if you're really in a need. I'm not giving up one of the 10 guys that can win me a shit.
Yeah. I mean, St. Brown's had a few down games. You might not have to trade away Henry. You might be able to combine something else on your team and keep Henry.
And Aaron Jones is a little banged up too now.
Yeah, I try and do that maybe first. But yeah, let me know what the rest of your team looks like, so maybe we can give you something better than that. But going back to this dynasty thing, so we went over the team kind of real quick. Obviously, he's got the nice 2 RBs, a couple of decent wide receivers, but he says that he's itching for some draft capital because he's got no first for 23, 24, or 25. And he's like, is he mid of the pack or can he compete long term with no first? That depends on your league. I don't know how good these other teams are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely tough to say that. But I mean, you can get first back. I mean, somebody will definitely give you a first for Pierce. I think then you'd have to kind of almost punt it. Well, not punt it, but um like you could probably get rid of Pittman and Pierce for two. You could probably get a first for both of those each. Maybe you can do Judy and Boyd maybe also. I don't know. You might be able to get a first for that. Zach Ertz, maybe you can dump him as well if you're trying to just, squad up and say, hey, if I'm middle of the pack and I'm not really sure if I can compete or not,
Yep.
then you probably can't if you think that. So, or you probably shouldn't. So, you can use this opportunity to get some of those picks. You have some guys right now that have good value, like Pierce. I wouldn't give up Walker. I'd keep him. But, like you said before, Hammer, if you can trade Geno Smith, you might be able to get a late first for that, depending if that team needs a QB to make a push.
Yep.
So, look around the league who needs a QB, see what you can move Geno for. And if you can combine Geno with something, whether it's Boyd or something, and get you a first, that should be able to net you a first because it's a QB in a super flex league. Damian Pierce should be able to net you a first. Pittman should be able to net you a first. That's three basically right there. You've got Wilson and you've got JMO, so I like that. I'd like to keep Waddle, Wilson, and JMO. Everyone else is expendable for me as far as your wide receivers. And then you'd have to give up Ertz as well because if we're not doing it for this year, get rid of him while you can get something. Maybe you can combine Ertz and Judy and get a first out of somebody. You've got some options that you can try and move. So those are some of the options that I would look at doing. But I would definitely keep Walker, but Pierce can go so you can get that draft capital. But yeah, what do you think, Hammer? What else do you think?
Yeah, I'm on board there. And to be honest with you, I would try and trade Geno right now, like today, this
Yeah,
evening, if you can, because his value, Geno Smith, everybody's waiting for Geno Smith to crash. And specifically, the leader of this ship we call Dynasty Life, he's waiting for Geno to crash. So, and I'm not saying I'm waiting for that, but any bad game for Geno, everybody's going to throw their hands up and go, look, oh, we told you so. It's Geno Smith, blah, blah, blah. So cash that chip in why its value is at the absolute highest it's ever going to be. And even for dynasty purposes, we have no idea what Geno's future is going to be. We know what Hurts and Herbert's future is going to be, and that's going to be really awesome. So you got those building blocks there. Trade Geno Smith, see if you could package that with a Tyler Boyd, like Blanc said, and see if you could get yourself another really solid wide receiver. Obviously Waddle's there. Judy, I could take or leave Judy. They were talking about trading him anyway, so we really don't know what his future is going to be as well, whether it's on the Broncos or somewhere else. Garrett Wilson looks like a keeper, obviously. So you got Waddle and Garrett Wilson to kind of build that wide receiver core around. Pittman too. Pittman's really up in the air. Not that he's not a good player, but he's in almost like purgatory now because no more Matt Ryan. Ellinger's a quarterback. We have no idea what that quarterback situation is going to be like going forward. So, really the movable pieces here are Geno Smith, maybe a Jerry Jeudy as well. So, and I'm sure somebody would take Zach Ertz if they're looking to make a run as well.
I mean, like I said, I'm getting rid of all that. So if you can pick up 1, 2, 3, at least 3 firsts from moving all those guys, Pierce, Geno, Pittman, Judy, Ertz, if you can move all those and pick up like 3 firsts, I mean, you're right back in business and you're rolling with Waddle, you're rolling with Garrett Wilson, you're rolling with JMO, you're rolling with Kenneth Walker, Hurts, and Herbert. And then going into the draft now, if you've got 3 firsts, let's just say, you got a bunch of RBs obviously coming out. I don't know how high of picks that you can get, but especially in the super flex, those picks could still be valuable if other guys are getting QBs where you don't need a QB. You can get any of these guys. I don't know if you can get the 101, but whether it's Gibbs or Bigsby, Charbonnet, Tucker. There's a bunch of good RBs coming out that could be drafted in the first and second round. So that will at least give you Walker and then another RB, and then you've got 2 other picks. Whether you get 2 RBs and a wide receiver, or just depends where they fall and what you can get. But if you can get that, then you're right back in business. So and you're ready for the future.
Yeah, the building blocks are there, which I like a lot, obviously. So, especially in a super flex, if you got those two guys at quarterback, you got two really good, running backs. Waddle's going to be there. So the building blocks are there, and it says he's 5-3. So I mean, it really depends on how you feel, where the points stack up. I would imagine if you're in a 12 team and you're 5-3, you got to be somewhere in that 5-6 range in a playoff spot, at least looking at a playoff spot right now. So it really depends on how confident you feel in some of the upside of these guys. Do you think Garrett Wilson is just going to take off and be a wide receiver 2 for the rest of the season? Maybe, but trade Geno Smith and get an asset that you can, utilize not only now, but in the future.
Yeah. I mean, you got Likely down there as well. I mean, if you
That's
think
true.
he's
I didn't
gonna,
even peep that.
if you think he's gonna be something, I guess you could hold him. Otherwise, you can try and trade him to somebody else or the Mark Andrews owner. So you could probably grab a second for that. So just so you have some more draft capital as well. But yeah. Ravi, what up, Ravi? Pickens or Mostert? That's a nice one. Jeff Wilson's there now though,
Picking up steam too.
and he is eating in. He did score the touchdown as well. So, do we go with Pickens now that Claypool is not there? I think I am gonna go with Pickens. What you got, Hammer?
Yeah, I'm leaning Pickens as well. I know his last game against Philadelphia, he didn't have anything, zero, nothing, nada, zip. But he was really starting to pick up some steam before that game. He was really picking up the pace. 18, 11, a 4-point game, and then a 15-point game. So he was really picking up some steam there. And I think, like you said, without Claypool, they're really going to find ways to get him coming off the bye, working him in essentially into that wide receiver 2 spot. I like his ability to get 7, 6, 7, 8 targets, maybe, depending on, how good they are offensively against New Orleans. But I'm going Pickens here.
Yeah, I'm going Pickens as well, Ravi. Bro, I have to start MVS this week. It's okay because no Hardman. Yeah, I mean, without Hardman, I guess you can feel a little bit better. But Hardman is always, I mean, MVS is always going to be hit or miss.
Mostly miss.
All of those guys are going to be, but you can at least feel better with Hardman being out. So. Thanks, Ravi. Hammer, you got any moves any decisions you got to make this week?
Yes and no. I mean, I'm kind of locked into what I have right now, dynasty wise. But in my league, I have a couple of different options at the flex. I'm kind of locked into my 2 wide receivers, Justin Jefferson and Olave. But currently in the flex, I have Tony Pollard. But on my bench, I have James Conner, Michael Pittman, Cortland Sutton. So really 1 out of those 4 for my flex position. So Pollard, Conner, Pittman, Sutton.
Okay, who? Say it again.
Once again, I have 1 flex position and 4 players.
Okay.
Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
James Conner.
Yeah.
Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton. No, Zeke makes this easy, obviously, but assume Zeke is going to play.
Honor, I guess. He's gonna get the rock, but
right.
I guess Connor, but I'm not.
All right.
I don't like it.
Tony Pollard has way more upside, even if Zeke plays.
Oh, God. But yeah.
And then in your league, Curtis Samuel or Devin Singletary.
Curtis Samuel or Devin Singletary, and Hines' first game that he's gonna play probably. We don't really know what Singletary's role is gonna be now. I mean, who else was it? Singletary and who?
Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, I guess Curtis Samuel.
And then one more quick tidbit.
I guess.
Aaron Jones expected to play. Yeah, we got a whole list of guys expected to play here. It just popped up.
Aaron Jones, yeah. Aaron Jones expected to play.
And then one more quick.
I mean,
yeah, it's crazy. They said he's expected to play too.
Second. Bowles, what is good?
Bowles, what up, man? One more quick thing for me. Kyler Murray may or may not play. If he does not play, the options currently as it sit are Jimmy G, Andy Dalton, Jacoby Brissett, Kenny Pickett.
Jimmy G.
Yeah.
I know you're going to go with Jimmy G.
I am.
But yeah, that's yeah. There's not really any guys really you can go over Jimmy for. Let's see. In my leagues, I sat DJ Moore in one league, which worked because the weather. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna play this dude. Sat Tyler Algier, and I guess I'm playing Pollard. Well, that worked out. So I'm playing Pollard in the flex there. St. Brown, Lazard, and Juju are my wide receivers, and I had Foreman go. So that was nice. Foreman gave me a nice 22 with the bonus and shit. Let me see my other team. I think this one, I'm playing Jeff Wilson in the flex. So Jeff Wilson or Mooney or Mac Hollins. Wilson, Mac Hollins, or Mooney. I got to play one.
Whose league is this?
Yours.
Half PPR.
Mm-hmm. Wilson.
I might go Mac Hollins here.
Mac Hollins. Yeah, I'm torn between Mac Hollins and Jeff Wilson, I think.
I might go Mac Hollins here. Jeff Wilson. Oof. You know what? I think I go Jeff Wilson, dude. Honestly. Yeah. I think I'm going Jeff Wilson.
I have him in right now, so I'll see how I feel in the morning. But
yeah, I think I'm going Jeff Wilson here just because I like his. They're getting him involved in the passing game as well. So I think I'm going to go Jeff Wilson there. I feel pretty decent about it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he's been inconsistent even with.
Yeah, but the deck is cleared now. Like the opportunities are going to be there, but we just don't know what the state of that Vegas offense is going to be.
And if he gets at least 8 he's got 8+ targets in 3 games.
Which you would imagine he would get at least 6.
I just don't trust fucking Derek. I don't trust Carr, bro.
Listen, far be it for me to.
So I got Evans and Palmer, Etienne and Pierce playing there. So do I play Josh Allen like that? Do I play Josh Allen? If he plays, I have to, right?
You got to wait till the morning till you get the clear. We talked about this yesterday.
It looks like he's gonna play. They didn't bring Barkley up from the practice squad, so they're only going in with 2 QBs. It's just Allen and Keenum. So maybe they don't play Allen and they just wound up playing Keenum, and they're like, all right, Josh Allen, if he has to come in, like he can play, but we don't really want him to.
Yeah, that's brutal, dude.
I wish they would just sit him and let him heal for the week. Like 1 week is not going to kill you. Like at least 1 week. Like, you know,
yeah, and it's not like
multiple weeks, but at least just rest it for 1 week, you know?
Which, like you said, kind of turns into 2 weeks.
Yeah, because he didn't throw all week. So it's, you know, he's basically resting it for 2 weeks already. And that's good. Make him feel a little bit better, can partially heal a little bit. You know, if you lose 1 game, it's not the end of the world. Like, so.
No, it's not. I mean, I think they are panicking a little bit because they did lose to the Jets. And I think now they see that their stranglehold on the division isn't what it was earlier in the season.
You know what their stranglehold on the division is going to be if he fully tears his shit and doesn't play for the next year and a half?
They won't. Yeah, it's a wrap.
So that's the other part of it is like, why even risk it? Just let the one game be.
Risk it for the biscuit.
But yeah, I mean, I got him in for now. If I gotta take him out, then I gotta play fucking Heineke in that league. Um, I got a few decisions I think I had to make here. RB, Swift, Jamal Williams, Najee, Swift, Jamal Williams, and Najee play two. Pick two.
Najee's out.
Najee's out.
Swift, Jamal Williams, Najee play two.
Yeah. No, oh, you're saying Najee out. You're saying you want to play Swift and Jamal.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm playing. That's what I have in. I'm playing them.
I don't know how you can play Najee with any confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Swift. I'm not a big fan of Swift, but
No,
he's
yeah.
certainly if he plays. But if he plays, he has way better upside than Najee. You know, so that's not even really a question to me right now.
Yeah. And then I got my wide receivers are pretty easy, Waddle and St. Brown, but flex Kirk, Rondell Moore, Michael Pittman. Kirk, Rondell Moore,
Michael Pittman's out. The interesting thing with Rondell Moore is the fact that Kyler Murray might not play. So
let's just say he plays. Kyler Murray plays.
That's Rondell Moore.
Kyler Murray plays as Rondell Moore over Kirk.
Yeah. For me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're playing KC, so I like the matchup, and then
I'd be hard pressed to disagree with that. I just like what Rondell Moore's been doing over the last couple of games, especially he's not seeing the number one coverage. Kyler Murray's finding him. Rondell Moore's been really good the last 3 games, I think.
And Josh Allen or Tua? Should I just play Josh Allen anyway, or should I just play it safe and just play Tua?
When does Tua play? What time?
He plays at 1. They both play at 1, so
I would probably play it safe and play Tua. Because even if Josh Allen does play, he's got to be limited, dude.
You would think. Man, it's one league I drafted fucking Russell Wilson, and I was only able to pick up Jared Goff to try and save me. And I was wrecking dudes, but my QB has just been killing me lately. But I got Swift, ETN, AJ Brown, St. Brown, Goddard, D-Hop. Fucking Russell killed me. I have Najee. He fucked me. I got Lazard. Like, my wide receivers are great, but my running backs, like Najee, fucked. So I got Swift and ETN, so I'm all right now. But Goff is killing me.
Yeah.
Like, Goff and Russ, like, there's nobody out there on waivers. Nobody for me to pick up. So I got to roll with Goff. The whole Lions offense, basically, Goff, Swift, and St. Brown. Like, so when they were putting up 40 a game, it was all good. It was peaches and cream. But, that hasn't happened in a while. So,
yeah.
Then on the other hand, let's see what else we got going on. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, or no, that's not even. Never mind, he's on the bench. I got Jeff Wilson, Rondell Moore. All right. So that team, we don't got a question there. We're all good. Check out this other squad. Damn, this team. put Josh Allen back in. This team, Renfro and Waller. I got to play Marvin Jones, or that's it. That's it. I got Foreman there. Foreman's been coming up big.
Yeah, Foreman did me dirty on Thursday.
I tried to get Foreman in Dynasty. This guy wants a first. He's like, "Oh, Foreman's gonna be the guy for the next couple years." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, whatever, bro."
He actually offered me Foreman
Yeah,
and Chuba.
he offered me Foreman and Chuba too, but he wants a fucking arm and a leg, like they're starting, like they're gonna be starting for the next few years. And it's possible. I mean, it's possible they don't spend on a running back, but I'm not doing that. I ain't spending that.
Mhm.
You spending a first on Foreman?
No, absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even close.
That is what I'm saying.
You can't tell me the Titans won't go out and look to pick up a running back, even if it's in the second or third round.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Chuba's been hurt though too, so that's
right.
the other thing.
So it frees up everything for Foreman. And Foreman has proved that he could carry 20, 25 times and be fucking uber productive.
Yeah, he's like a mini Derrick Henry.
Bro, he was his handcuff last year. He was his backup last year. It's crazy.
Miniature king.
Effective nonetheless.
Legacy, what up, bro? Start three, Walker, ETN, Kamara, Jacobs.
Yeah,
In that
Jacobs is
order.
taking a seat.
Walker, ETN, Kamara.
Yeah,
You,
Jacobs
you
is taking a
usually
seat.
got these ones, yeah. I mean, it's awesome running backs. Trade Jacobs, get rid of his ass.
Hey, that's still my guy, but Jacobs is taking a seat in this scenario.
Yeah, definitely. That's some good RPs right there. I had to play. I played Patterson in one league, and that just
No, thank you.
was bad. That
Yeah,
was
that's
bad.
brutal.
All right, would you play Dalton Schultz or Taysom Hill?
I don't know. Let's see. That's a tough one. I mean,
That's
Dalton Schultz seems like the more stable guy there, but Jesus, they just use Taysom Hill. It fucking when they get down near the red zone and the goal line, it's Taysom Hill. They don't want Andy Dalton down near the goal line. It's Taysom Hill. I'm still gonna go with Dalton Schultz just because of the solid, stable production I'm gonna get from him. But and like I said, I brought up the point. I don't know if it was the last show or a couple of shows before. But outside of that 40-point game that Taysom Hill had, that one where he just went nuts, he's been rather pedestrian. So are you just gonna sit there and bank that he's gonna give you that 40-point outing, or are you gonna go with solid, stable production in Dalton Schultz on a week-to-week basis? Give me Dalton Schultz.
Schultz, if you don't count the game that he got hurt, where he only scored 1 point, I mean, his points per game for half PPR are 13, 9, 13. So,
I want some of that.
yeah, he's giving you a nice floor every time. I mean, that's 10 PPR points a game for the tight end position
Mm-hmm.
when he's healthy. And they haven't even unleashed or unlocked anything really yet in that offense.
No, they're still getting
they
their sea
haven't
legs with Dak and
they haven't played great. Zach, what up, Zach? Appreciate you, brother.
Zach. What's up, man?
But yeah, Zach, you missed the dynasty roster. We just went over at the start of the show. Shit, I wish you would have caught that. You can watch it after a rewind, but we just did a dynasty roster review. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna play Dalton Schultz anyway. But hey, I was just asking to see what you thought about that particular situation. But Yeah, definitely, man. Go definitely check it out after. Definitely check it out after. But yeah, hit us with some dynasty shit, Zach. What you got, bro? What you got cooking up? Let us know so we could talk about that.
Whip it real hard. Whip it. Whip it. Cook it up. Let's go. Want some questions?
Um, shit. What was I about to go into? So yeah, we talked about Josh Allen. What else was going on this week? Said a couple people were playing. Who's in?
Hold on. It just gave me a big ass list. What do we got? What do we got? So, players expected to play include Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Jones, Kyron Williams, Elijah Mitchell. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, they activated them. Yeah.
Kyle Juszczyk. Fucking hate that guy. Debo Samuel. Jarvis Landry. Jesus.
Jarvis Landry is back.
Fossilized carcass. Christian Watson. He'll get hurt again in the game. Nothing to see there. Ryan Tannehill. Okay. Evan Ingram and TJ Watt.
TJ Watt back. Zach says start two: Deontay Johnson, Pickens, Hunt, Debo, Palmer.
Well, we already know who one of those plays are.
Yeah.
You're definitely playing Josh Palmer here.
Yeah, I think I am definitely playing Josh Palmer. And then you've got to choose between Deontay or Pickens. And like I said, I like Debo's floor. He has a pretty good floor, but without Keenan and um, Mike Williams, you gotta play Palmer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then you got to choose between Pickens and Deontay. Who do you got between Pickens and Deontay?
I don't know if it's between Pickens and Deontay for me. I Debo Samuel.
That was Curtis Samuel. That's Curtis Samuel.
Okay, so that's a big deal because if it's Debo
Curtis
Samuel, I'm playing Debo Samuel.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking. I didn't think it was that either. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that definitely changes it. Deontay's still the number one guy there. You can't take that away from him. So I think by that token alone, I mean, Kenny Pickett really looks for Pickens, but I think this still has to be Deontay until I really see Kenny Pickens explode.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. Patrick, what up, Patrick?
Whoa. What's up, Stevie? Like, what? How we doing this? This is how we're starting it, Patrick?
Oh, Patrick came for blood today. He said the Packers are whack.
But we know that already. We know that already. There's nothing else you could say to me.
Patrick just loves stirring shit up. Dotson's back this week. Stay away from Curtis Samuel. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Dotson's still got to get himself back into shit, and it wasn't like he was commanding targets to begin with. So Curtis Samuel, they actually look like they try and get the ball to. I don't think we've seen Dotson with Heineke yet, have we?
No.
So that's another thing to think about too. So yeah, I'm still okay with Curtis Samuel, but yeah, I'm gonna play Deontay and Palmer in that situation.
Agreed.
Definitely. Patrick, what you think? Who are you playing in that situation?
He's playing Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. Trick is playing Kareem Hunt. Oh God. Um, Samuel Palmer is exactly my two. DJ still has the volume. Just gotta pray the efficiency upticks as they start to click. Are we worried that he'd be going against Saints number one corner though? Maybe Pickens. No, I don't really care. Deontay Johnson's one of the best outrunners in the league, so I'm still okay doing that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Pickens has a better game, but I'm just gonna go with the overall guy that just commands massive targets. What do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's kind of why I went with Deontay. Like I said, I think Pickens is on the rise for sure, but Deontay's still the veteran, and with no Claypool, you think he's going to get even more of an uptick in his targets, which is probably going to put him in that double-digit range. So I'd still bank on that right now. But listen, I have no problem if you see the upside in Pickens. Like it's
It's there. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. You know, so yeah, I'm. Jackson. Well, first Patrick said he does like Johnson too. Jackson, what up, brother?
Jackson. What it do?
All right, we're getting the squad up in here now, starting to pick. Pickens, Def getting a bowler, one-handed TD. The moment I start DJ, I know, bro. I know. Like I said,
We've been through that.
it
We've all been
definitely,
through that.
it definitely could happen. But I'm a numbers guy. I'm gonna play the numbers. Jackson needs some picks. Hammer, you didn't give out your picks today, Hammer. You know what? We gotta do this. We gotta start this early next week.
All right, I got you though.
So
Talk, talk.
by Friday, we'll put out all start sits for each position, all videos, and we'll put out the betting shit.
That's
So
fine.
Friday
I got
okay?
you.
Is that too early? Is Friday okay for the betting shit, Hammer?
Yeah, you could do Friday. I mean, listen, the thing with the betting stuff is the line moves all the time. The line can move Sunday morning. So it's not like set in stone. You're
Right.
usually going to get the most, I want to say, usually by Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, you're going to get a kind of really good feel of what the line is going to be when the game starts. But the line could move up to the game starting. It really just depends on where people are betting. So the line is never set in stone at any point, you know?
Right, so just do it if you make a video during the week, like on Friday or Saturday morning, and we could post it on Saturday so people could see it, and then we could still have our normal Q&A shit for Saturday
All
night.
right. So, Jackson, real quick, just tell me some of the teams that you're thinking about, and I'll tell you what I have. I pick all the spreads. Doesn't mean I'm going to hit them all. Obviously, I kind of break them up on my tickets. So just give me some of the teams that you like, and if you're interested in it, and I'll give you my opinion. I think that's a little bit better way to go, to be honest with you, because like I said, against the spread is so tough. Usually you want to stay away from anything more than 4 or 5 picks against the spread, because then you're really just going to kill yourself. So you want to keep it to again maybe 4 or 5 against the spread, and then if you want to finish it off with 2 or 3 money lines, if you want to create a 6-7 leg parlay and go crazy. I'm a maniac, so I'll do a 10-game spread against a 10-game parlay against the spread, and just hopefully by like game 6 or 7, if I could cash out maybe 2/3 of my winnings, then I could do that, but. Yeah, Jackson, whatever some of the games that you're interested in, just throw them out there. I'll give you my opinions, anything you're looking at, anything you want to put on your ticket.
Val said someone sent him Mixon and Mike Williams for D Hop. Do you need a running back? I mean, you don't really want to give up D Hop unless you're in desperate need of an RB.
Yeah, I think people are trying to sell Mixon as high as possible at this point.
Absolutely. Because he's dependent on the touchdowns. We've seen that he's not a highly efficient player.
But the volume is just
He needs a
there,
touch.
man.
That's the thing. The volume is there. It's always been there, but the touchdowns is what has been missing, and that's what kind of separated him last year from his prior years.
Yeah.
Patrick said add some more context. Yeah, definitely. If you can, this way we can try and give you a better answer. So my first week start having to trust Najee. Well,
That's a problem.
this week I'm moody as fuck, and you're just an easy guy to hate, Hammer. I miss Bacala.
What makes me easy to hate? I gotta know this because anybody I come across, they just love me. I don't get it, Patrick.
I think Patrick secretly, I think he does love you. I think you're the easiest to piss off. That's the thing. You're the easiest that feeds into his shit.
That's
And
not true.
so
That's not true because you
Patrick
know
loves
what?
stirring it up, baby.
That's not true because you know what? If you got me, you got me. You know, if you got me somewhere, then you got me. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan and you're trying to attack me as a Packers fan, I'm not standing for it. It's just not happening. Listen, if you're a Patriots fan, whatever. If you're a Chiefs fan, whatever. In the last 5-6 years, you got some ammunition. You know, if you're a Steelers fan, I don't want to hear from Cowboys fans. No, thank you. You know, a stable organization. Even like Steelers fans, I respect Steelers fans. You know, they win. They're a good organization. Blah blah blah. You can't be a Cleveland Browns fan and try and stir shit up with me because you're gonna lose that battle 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, Val's got your back, Hammer. He said
Thank
Hammer's
you,
cool.
my guy. Bring up Jackson's picks real quick.
I got you. Vikings 7.5.
You know what? This is crazy because the Vikings are playing. Obviously, they're playing Buffalo, and the issue with this is the Josh Allen thing. And I think that game is just really, really tough to pick. I did take the Vikings with the plus, whatever plus you're getting with the Vikings. I believe I was able to get the Vikings at 6.5. So if you're getting them at 7.5, that's gold. Dolphins -2.5. That's beautiful. Take that and run for the hills. I got the Dolphins at -3.5. And I got the Dallas Cowboys. Where are they? I got the Dallas Cowboys here at -4.5. Yes, I have -4.5. So the -4, that's fine. The Cowboys are going to roll the Packers. I have no doubt about it. The full number is so annoying because, you know, if you land on that, it basically is like the game never happened. And I've had that happen to me a couple of times. Now, 4 is not a crazy number. Usually it's like if you get -3 or +3, then you're like, Jesus, a field goal game. A lot of these games come down to field goals anyway, or -7. So if you're at 7 or 3 as a full number, I kind of try and stay away from that as well. So yeah, I like Dallas -4. I love the Dolphins -2.5, and I feel good about the Vikings +7.5. I think even if Josh Allen plays, he's still going to be a little limited. And you know, I think Buffalo's reeling a little bit. You know, they lose to the Jets. Josh Allen gets hurt. Now they're really searching for answers. So Vikings +7.5 almost feels like stealing money.
Yeah. I think there was a game. What about the Cardinals Rams? Looks like it's -2.5 Rams.
No, I'm taking Cardinals. I got the Cardinals +3 here, and Matthew Stafford's in concussion protocol, and it looks like he's probably not going to play. So I love the Cardinals
So is
here.
that an easy one? That's what I was saying. I was looking at that one because it's such a low, -2 I saw. So I was like,
Yeah, no, it's I actually I got -3 on the ticket, or +3, whatever. It's a 3-point spread either way. It's a 3-point spread either way. So I took Arizona +3 here.
yeah. I got the Cardinals too. Jackson, we gotta hook up Jackson. We gotta make these videos. We gotta make the betting one, and I'll do it with you if you want. This way we can do also some of the prop shit. We gotta start doing that for next week. This way, it's just a little bit easier. Hill over or under 93 yards. I mean, we typically always love the over on Cheetah's yards, but
93 is
no, it's just a lot, bro. It's a lot. You can probably find some better options out there. Let me see if I can pull up underdog. Let's see if I can pull up. We'll see if I can pull up underdog real quick. But Patrick said Mike Williams is going to be out 2 or 3 weeks longer. If you're going to move a wide receiver one like D Hop, you know, what you got in reserve. Hold on, Val. So that's the team I told you about. Oh, the Mahomes, CMC, ETN, Pierce. Bro, you don't need. What do you need Mixon for? You don't
Yeah,
need Mixon.
no.
You don't need Mixon, bro.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
keep
Vals,
D Hop.
we
Go with Jefferson and D Hop, bro. Your team is nice
loaded,
right
loaded, absolutely loaded. Keep D Hop, your gold. And I even said on a couple of shows previous that I love D Hop for the rest of the season. He had that 6 game hiatus at the beginning. It looks there's no injury concerns right now. I understand he's only played what 2-3 games, but I love D Hop for the rest of the season. And if D Hop is your flex, it looks like no, he's your wide
now.
receiver too. You're gold, man. You are absolutely gold. Don't mess with that team's mojo.
I'm gonna pull up Underdog Jackson. We'll find some unders all over so we can check out. Patrick said, "Hammer, you keep holding on to your glory days. Keep living in the past. I live in the present. The Browns with Jacoby Brissett are a better damn team than the Packers with back-to-back MVP."
I got this. Jackson. I mean, not Jackson, my bad. Patrick. My team has won 39 games over the last 3 years. It's not glory days. I acknowledge that the Packers stink, but there's no glory days. We won 39 games over the last 3 years and played in 2 out of the last 3 NFC championship games. So there's no glory days. I've witnessed it with my own 30-year-old eyes. So, they stink right now. I don't know what the future holds, but they stink right now. But listen, as long as Aaron's on the team, I still feel like they're going to at least play halfway decent. I think this season might be a wash. They have a ton of injuries on defense anyway. But yeah. Patrick, I can't deal with you. Leave me alone.
Bro, on the Rams, the Arizona and Rams game, they have only thing available is Matt Gay to make a field goal. They have nothing else even available on Underdog right now.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see if I can bring up Underdog. Outsole, what up, bro?
Also, what it do, man?
Jason the man, what up? All right, we got the squad in here now. What up, boys?
Jason, love this.
Kick it off. Throw them shits in here or whatever y'all want to know. Start Brady or Russ. Jeez.
Oh God. How about death?
I'm gonna say Brady just because we know he's gonna throw the ball 50 times.
It's Brady.
So
yeah. It is Brady.
So I'll take that. I'll take that.
I agree. Damn, imagine having Brady and Russell Wilson at the beginning of the season, and 10 weeks in, you're like, Jesus Christ, I'd rather have Geno Smith.
Bro, crazy. Miraculous, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe for us. Help us out with the channel. Henry and Hopkins for Amari Cooper. Henry and Hopkins for Amari Cooper, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor. Who wins this trade? Jesus.
That's a haul, dude.
You're getting an absolute haul.
Yeah, I think I'm going on I'm on Amari Cooper, Devontae, CeeDee. I'm taking that.
Yeah, I'm going to take that side.
And you can flip one of those receivers.
Exactly. You're getting a ton of guys, and you don't have to love any of those guys, but you can flip any of those guys to get, what you do want. So I'm going to take it from that standpoint of because you can pretty much get
I agree.
absolutely whatever you want. And if you do have some other options at RB where you don't have to rely on Taylor, and especially if you needed the wide receiver help, absolutely, that definitely makes sense for you.
Agreed.
I'm tuning in right now because there's no parties at my res. No parties at your res. No parties at your res.
At his house?
Your reserve? Reserve? No parties at your res. Military? Unless it's military, maybe. If that's what you mean.
To me, that means residence, like house.
I don't know. Residence, maybe. Maybe he's at work. I don't know. Residence. No parties at your residence. Yeah, well, you know what? You're partying with us, brother.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about.
So we always appreciate you tuning in, Jay. Patrick said you forgot to add Rodgers to the same tier as Brady.
I
Yeah,
said that yesterday. I did
they
say
are
that
pretty much.
yesterday.
He did. He at least admit. I'll give that to Hammer that he at least admits it and he knows that they're shit and they're not playing well. So I do give that to Hammer. So I don't
Listen,
give him as much
there's
shit because he knows.
there's no reason for me to sit up here and pretend like the Packers are actually a good team that can make some noise. You know what I mean? Listen, we started off 3-1, so we were doing something right. And then for whatever reason, we went through the soft part of the schedule and just got destroyed. Giants, Jets, Commanders, Lions. You're telling me you can't split that? Like if you split that, we're fine. We're looking at a wild card spot, even with the Vikings being whatever 7-1. That's fine. If we get in as a wild card, then I can live with that. But 3-6, you lose to the Lions, you score 9 points. I got nothing for you.
Yep. Outsole Swift or Jamal. I have both, so I need help deciding. Swift doesn't have an injury destination. No,
It's
he
Swift.
doesn't.
It's still Swift.
Who's your other running backs too? But yeah, if you got to choose between one and Swift is playing, I mean, it's like you have to play Swift, regardless of the how the game script is, especially if they're behind.
Mm-hmm.
Swift is going to be the guy. So it's rough. Jay said he's drunk as fuck right now, bro. Sip one for the both of us, bro.
You know what, Jason? What? Throw it in the chat. What's your drink of choice? What do you drink? And if you say Bud
Yeah,
Light or something, then you're disallowed from the show. You got to give me a real drink. What are you drinking,
yeah. What's
Jason?
what's your drink? What's your drink of choice? Beer, and what's your drink of choice of liquor? I guess. Let us know. Throw it out there. Patrick, let us know too. Zach started 0-4 full tank. Accidentally won five in a
Wait,
row.
wait, 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 wait. You don't accidentally win 5 in a row.
Just
That does
tripped
not.
over some. I just tripped over some wins, boys. I tripped
Right.
over five in a row.
I
He's
don't lose
one
for a
game
month,
out.
but
All right, he's one game out of the playoffs. I'm guessing. Made moves now. My start 10, so it is nice and deep. Superflex Fields, Zach Wilson, ETN, Walker, Chubb. Yeah, that's nice. Waddle, AJ Brown, Diggs, Pitts, Garrett Wilson. I like it.
I
I
like that a
definitely
lot.
like it, Zach. Obviously, you can improve on QB, but I think I like all your other guys here. Pitts and Wilson in the future, this year, but let me see if he's got. Should I try to move Fields and maybe my 24 first and second to get Herbert to make a run? But Fields is your only QB though, right?
And Zach Wilson.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't trade all of that to go from Fields to Herbert. No, that I wouldn't
No,
do. I feel like
and I'll be
draft
honest with
capital better
and I'll be
value.
honest with you. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Zach. Fields is playing a lot better than Herbert right now, and with Herbert's two main weapons out, I know. Listen, Palmer's getting work. He's still got some
It's a
guys,
joke,
but
boys. I figured that, bro. I'm
oh
like, what? You can't. You know better than that, Zach.
yeah, don't do that to us.
Um,
I was about to go into a 5 minute tirade there.
should you? Yeah, I was about to go into rant mode real quick.
Oh yeah.
Should you use draft capital to get a better tight end win now though? I mean, no, I don't really want to spend all that. Especially since you've got Wilson and shit. Like you've got a young team, so you can still compete now. I mean, you got Pitt, so I'm not gonna go get Kelsey. No.
No, no, and don't waste your draft capital because if you're not
Oh,
targeting,
you got Deshaun coming back. Awesome. Yeah, if you got Deshaun and Fields, bro, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. That's awesome because then you just build around that.
agreed.
Hopefully Fields continues what he's doing. Um, it feels like he can be even better. Like it doesn't feel like he hasn't been that great in the passing game. So, just imagine, what he can do if, he actually just keeps producing and actually gets
Hmm.
better. So I'm okay with taking the chance on, especially that you have him and you don't have to go buy him. Like absolutely, you got Deshaun and Fields. You're pretty much set there. You got. I'm just looking at the team again real quick. ETN, Walker, Chubb, Waddle, AJ Brown, Diggs, Pitts, Wilson. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you're set up.
and if you
That's
can get Kelsey for a late first, then yeah, maybe I'd do it just so I can almost just so I can guarantee myself a real shot. But that's if you really think it's going to pull you over the top. I'm not sure what the other teams look like in your league. Jason said, I moved to Ontario for college. Oh, I need to be 19 to drink, so I got turned away for the bar. Oh, God.
that still doesn't answer our question.
Ontario's pretty chill, though, Jason. I lived in Ontario. I lived in literally Ontario no, right outside Ontario. I was in, what the fuck was I?
Toronto.
No, it was right outside of Toronto. I went to Toronto to see the basketball game. But anyway, I don't know. I was up there for like 2 months. It's fucking brick up there. I don't like it. He said Jacobs. Also said Jacobs.
What
Jacobs
was the
from what?
What was the question there?
Oh, that was his other. That was his other RB, Swift and Jamal. So yeah, I'll play Swift and Jacobs. It's all right.
Yep.
We went over that. Canadian and Jacks. All right. Ed Seat, what up? Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Need two in full PPR. Godwin, Lockett, McLaurin, David Montgomery. I think for me it's the first two. Godwin, Lockett. Boom, boom.
Yeah, I like Lockett. McLaurin's an interesting pick here, man. It's hard for me to ignore how well Scary Terry is playing with Tyler Heineke. So if you went with McLaurin because you're getting some production and you're getting you're cashing in a little bit here. If you've got Terry McLaurin, the volume isn't as great, but the production is better than Chris Godwin right now. So against Philadelphia, it's going to be tough. I'm going to go Lockett and McLaurin here.
Yeah, I mean, McLaurin's been getting like 8, 9 targets the last few weeks, but Godwin's still getting 10, 11.
Yeah, but Terry's been more productive, dude.
Terry is like wide receiver 30. He averages like 10 points per game. So for me, I don't really care about Terry almost at this point. He's
in a half
obviously
PPR.
receiver,
Hold on.
but
In a half PPR, he's wide receiver 19. Chris Godwin's wide receiver 40.
Yeah, if you're looking at
That's his full PPR.
if you're looking at the total overall points, but if you're looking on a points per game basis, obviously Godwin didn't play, some games. So
no, Godwin's only missed 2 games. So that you can't really and he had to buy, but Godwin's only missed 2 games. Terry's been more productive.
I don't know, bro.
Terry's been more productive, bro.
I'm not fucking with Terry. He just has the upside is just not there anymore.
I don't see it.
He missed 2 games, but he's done pretty much the same. So if they're both averaging the same, I'm gonna go with the guy that's got Tom Brady and just getting some more targets.
I mean, that's fine.
It's a close one, but and he has been playing better with Heineke. I'm not gonna deny that. That is definitely happening, and I am a fan of Terry, but I don't know. I've been on the Godwin thing for like the rest of the season, but yeah, either one of those is fine. Montgomery, we're just both out on.
No.
What y'all think there? You've got Godwin, Lockett, or McLaurin. Pick 2. Let's help out Ed Seat in the chat here as well. See what y'all think about this. You got Godwin, Lockett, McLaurin. Pick 2. Thanks for tuning in, Ed Seat. Again, make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't there. Outsole says he's on edge. starting Palmer over Godwin. I know it's rough. It's just Godwin gets so many targets. That's what I'm
That is
saying.
a tough one.
That's what I'm. Palmer is getting those targets too, though, so it's not it's not a crazy difference there. With Andrews on a bye, should I start Cole Kmet or Taysom Hill? I
Ooh.
mean, Cole Kmet just did kind of go off, right? But
Yeah, but you
I think I'm
can't.
just gonna play Taysom because he's got more upside.
Oh, that's that's an interesting one to be honest with you. And I
It is.
think I don't know, man. I think I might be back in on Cole Kmet again. I don't know. 3 touchdowns in his last 2 games.
Yeah, because
Not
I've
a
been
ton of targets though.
Claypool is there now too, so I'm not fucking with him.
Yeah, not a ton of targets though,
I'll go with
but
Taysom.
oh god. Taysom hasn't been great, dude.
Doesn't matter. He's he's got the same floor as any other tight end other than the top guys. So it's
Oh, I
like
get it. I genuinely get it. Honestly, I genuinely get it. Yeah, I mean, that's that's a rough one. Yeah, I guess I'll roll with Taysom Hill this week, but Cole Kmet deserves a serious look.
yeah. All right, we got some answers here to help out Edsy there. Patrick says he likes Terry more than Godwin. Zach says Godwin Lockett. Jason says Godwin Lockett. Ed says thanks, no problem, man. But again, pick what you feel is the best. Obviously, we're just here giving our insight. We ain't always going to be right, and sometimes when we go against each other, it's fun.
And it's even more fun when we have 2 of us going against one.
So Terry meets Darius Slay this week. Patrick says.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about that as well, but Terry McLaurin's such a good wide receiver, dude. He really is a terrific wide receiver. It's unfortunate that he plays in Washington and his quarterback play over the course of his career has just been subpar, and that's saying it nicely. But Terry McLaurin is a terrific receiver. I don't worry about him going against Darius Slay. I think, especially with the way the NFL is today, cornerbacks don't scare me. You just got to look at the opportunity, the targets, the passing volume, all of those different things. If he's a good receiver, he's a good receiver. If you have better options, then consider that. I don't consider who the cornerback is for the most part.
Yeah, Jason says I'm trying to trade Juju for St. Brown. Is that a good trade for me? I mean, you know where I stand on this hammer. I'll let you answer this, but and then I'll answer it. But go ahead.
Well, Nicole Hardman being out, I think gives Juju a nice uptick for this particular week. But if you're looking rest of season, which obviously making a trade, you're kind of looking at the rest of your season. St. Brown has the higher upside. There's no doubt about that. And I do like Amon Ra. I do. I'm not going to call him that stupid name that you call him.
Sun God. That's what his name means. Sun God.
I don't care.
Sun God, baby.
What does it say on his birth certificate? It says Amon Ra, so
It
I'm
says
calling
Sun
him
God.
Amon.
It says Sun God.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, I would make this trade because there is higher upside for Amon Ra. I think Juju's a really good football player, and I think he's actually played really well, considering he's on a 1-year deal with Kansas City. But Amon Ra just has the higher upside for the rest of the season. So yeah, I would trade Juju for Amon Ra.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram if you're not Dynasty Life Fantasy. I just posted something a couple days ago on St. Brown. Again, 35% target share last game. No more Hawk, 26% on the season. That's counting the game that he only played, a couple of minutes before they counted him as knocked out. So, and then Juju on the other hand is like a 17%, I think, target share. So, like Juju is not going to be able to keep producing like he is on that kind of target share. It's just been happening to work out so far. But yeah, I'm Amon Ra definitely, and that would be definitely a good trade. You can trade Juju high at his high point right now if you want. Patrick says, yeah, we saw that already. My bad. Still like Terry more. My bad. Why is this showing up again? Where did Terry go to school? The Ohio State U. I'm a Terry fan, but did you see what Slade did to JJ? Yeah, I mean, that was early in the season where shit just wasn't, we just weren't in the groove yet. Ain't nobody stopping JJ now.
Yeah, and listen, I obviously Darius Slay is a terrific cornerback. He's probably a top 3 cornerback in the league. It's just like I said, with the way that offenses are designed, the way the rules are called, I'm not going to look at a guy and say no, I'm not going to play him. Somebody as talented as Terry McLaurin, just because Darius Slay is on the other side.
Yeah. Says he's a diehard Browns fan. Oh, you and Patrick could be buddies, and Patrick's a diehard Browns fan too. Please, somebody tell me what the deal is with the leprechaun thing. I thought, no, I'm being serious. I thought it was the dog pound. What happened? Now it's a leprechaun, or is it both? I don't know. Is the leprechaun have a dog? Uh, I'm probably betting against my own team here this week for the line for Cleveland versus Miami. It's set at 3.5. This is a question for Hammer. Over under 49.5. What's your unbiased betting train of thought on this game? We definitely got to do this betting show. A lot of people are into that. So go ahead, Hammer.
Yeah, I for Jackson had a similar question with Cleveland and Miami, and if you're at 3.5, obviously that's Miami favored minus 3.5. I still like that. I think Miami is really explosive, and I just don't think Cleveland, as constructed offensively, can keep up with them. Point for point. So I love Miami at minus 3.5, minus 2.5, minus 3, whatever the case is. I think Miami's going to win by probably 10 points. The over-under's interesting, and I try to stay away from over-unders. I do understand that a lot of people do like to go over-under if they want to stay away from the spreads themselves. If you're going to play anything here, play the spread. That's the safer bet, because if Miami goes for 30 points, you could be looking at an over on that number. The over-under is so tricky for me. I don't like it a lot. I'd rather go with the spread. But yeah, so the over-under is really tricky. I would probably say under 49.5, just because I don't think Cleveland, like I said, is that explosive offensively. And I think Miami is really explosive, and they could get up, pretty big in the game, maybe, 17-3, 20-3, and then kind of chew the clock out from there. So I would take Miami minus 3.5, and I would go under 49.5 for this game if you held my feet to the fire.
He said, yeah, he's thinking I'm taking the minus 3.5. It's so hard, but I like money more than pride.
I hear you, bro. Hey, listen, I took Dallas minus whatever against the Packers, so money is never going to come in the way of my fandom. Because guess what? I'm still going to be a fan whether I got $1 million or $1.
Absolutely. Sober Thoughts, what is up? Guys, appreciate everybody that's in here. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Would you trade an early 23 for Dolchich? An early 23 what? You better not fucking say it first.
Oh, yeah. Of course it's a first. It has to be.
No, I will rant if you're trying to go give an early first for Dolchich. I don't care if it's tight end premium.
No, that's not happening.
Zach said early 2023. What? Yeah, exactly, Zach. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. He didn't write it in there. Sober, let us know. Oh, hold on. Here it is. My bad. An early second round 23 tight end premium rebuild team. I'm probably not if I'm rebuilding. I don't know if I want to spend it on Dolchich. And the tight ends is rough because it's like, especially with the tight end premium, it's almost like I always say it's almost like a trap. Like they make you believe the tight ends are worth more than what they are. Yes, they are worth more, but those middle of the pack tight ends are worth a little bit more. The ones that are worth even less are good. There's just a lot of streaming tight ends almost. So it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know if I really want to spend that pick, especially if you're trying to rebuild. I don't know if I'm spending it on the tight end. If it's not tight end premium, then absolutely not. But if it is, I mean, even still, I don't think that I'm doing it. Guys, let us know in the chat. Would you guys do this, or would you guys give up an early second? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Zach, let us know what you think about that. Hammer, what do you think?
No, not for Dolchich. No. Tight end's so shallow that the difference between Dolchich and the next 5 guys above him and the 5 guys below him is not going to make it worth, there'll probably be a rookie drafted in the 3rd round that will give you equal production, to Dolchich. There's probably somebody you could pick up off waiver wires in a given scenario that would give you equal
He's
production.
been good. He's been good for a few games,
but
but we haven't seen enough for him to vault that kind of value yet.
agreed.
I think, especially with that offense, who knows what the hell they're doing. He has a chance to, absolutely, he has a chance to do good. But if you're rebuilding, I'm not trying to do that. I'd rather spend that more wisely. Delusional, what is up? Trying to acquire Rashad White before tomorrow morning. Which deal? Here we go. Delusional. Give Terrence Marshall a mid 23 second and Foreman. Get White a late 23 second, a 24 fourth, and a 23 third. Or give Terrence Marshall and a mid 23 second, get White a 24 fourth, and a 24 third. Why are you trying to acquire White so bad? Why are you trying to get White so bad? Am I missing something here?
Yeah, when he said Ricard White by tomorrow morning, I'm like, what's the...
I'm trying to see if I missed anything else in here. No, but
yeah, I guess Delusional. Let us know what your train of thought is with going out and have to get, White. And Terrence Marshall's been really solid, man. So I think Terrence Marshall is more.
Well, I'm definitely not doing the first one where you're giving up Foreman as well. Like you're better off breaking these players down and trading them individually. You'll get
I
more
agree.
out of it almost. So that's always my train of thought with some of these big, with multiple stuff going on here.
Yep.
If you do want to get White, I mean, you should be able to get him for like a second. I mean,
Straight up. Yeah.
unless somebody loves him that much, or you can give him a third and a piece or something. I don't think you need to spend all that. Is kind of what I'm feeling. But let us know what your thought process is on that. Zach said no, and he loves Dolchich. Yeah, exactly. I really like early 23 second round guys. Yeah, absolutely. There's a bunch of guys that are starting to creep up, and a bunch of guys that are starting to really come onto the radar here. Daniel, thanks Daniel for tuning in. Stick with Allen or play Brady standard. Thanks. I mean, if Josh Allen is playing, you got to play Josh Allen. You just have to. I don't think.
Especially if your option is Brady.
Yeah, I mean, put it this way: maybe he runs a little bit more. Josh Allen instead of throwing it so much. I don't know. Brady just hasn't been good, and we probably want to see it.
But the problem is, and I see where his problem comes in, because Brady plays at 9:30 in the morning Eastern time, and Allen doesn't play until.
That's true.
That's the issue.
I mean, all signs are pointing towards him playing, but if you want to play it safe, then just play Brady. I mean, if it's up to you how risky you want to get. If you're not really sure, we don't really know anything than anybody else. I mean, they said they were going to make a decision on Friday. They did not. Instead they said, okay, he's questionable, and now he's still questionable going in. So,
Yep.
if you have to play, a guy, and obviously Brady's playing early, we don't exactly know what Josh Allen. I mean, maybe you do play Brady then. We did that. My bad. Cash Jones, what is up? Appreciate all y'all in here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, guys. Receive Burrow, Metcalf, and Miles Sanders, and Dolchich for Dak, Hopkins, and Mixon. You're getting Burrow for Dak, Metcalf, Hopkins. I honestly think I like Dak, Hopkins, and Mixon. I don't know. I mean, Miles Sanders has been playing well. He's been good. Do you want to go from Hopkins? My biggest thing is going from Hopkins to Metcalf and then going from Dak to Burrow. I don't feel like there's much of a difference between Dak and Burrow. Maybe Burrow is a little bit better, but I don't know how much difference that's going to be. What do you think about this, Hammer?
Yeah, I'm struggling with it a little bit, but I think I'm leaning on the Dak Hopkins and Mixon side. Um, it just feels almost lateral in a sense.
Yeah.
Burrow's definitely been a little bit better than Dak. Obviously, Dak missed a bunch of time, and he still looks like he's trying to get his sea legs under him. Going from Hopkins to Metcalf, that's a downgrade. I know Metcalf's playing fairly well, but for me, that's a little bit of a downgrade. And then Mixon and Sanders, that's kind of equal. It feels lateral. I mean, you're getting Dolchich as the free player, but I don't think that moves the needle enough for me to give up Dak, Hopkins, and Mixon. So I think I'm going to stay with Dak Hopkins, and Mixon here. But we always touch on this in these 7-8 player total deals. It's just what are you trying to do exactly? You know what I mean?
It looks like maybe you're trying to upgrade from Dak to Burrow. You're trying to upgrade at QB. It feels like because of course you'd rather have Hopkins than Metcalf. You'd rather have Mixon and Sanders, or if you really do like Sanders, whatever. That's a toss up if you say Dolchich just doesn't necessarily matter here, unfortunately. But yeah, if you're just trying to get a QB, I mean, then just trade Dak in a piece and try and get Burrow, or trade Dak in a piece and try and get someone else.
Yeah.
I don't. All there's just too many players in this that it's just unnecessary, and you're giving up the best players in the deal. So that's why even more I don't like it. Patrick says the Leprechaun was a 1980 thing for the cardiac kids. Okay, thanks for letting me know that. I had no idea. Once Marty became head coach and defense was more of a focal point in the mid 80s, Hanford Dixon actually started the dog pound thing.
Yeah, I've only ever known them as the dog pound.
Yeah. So what do you like better, Patrick? Do you, and Zach too, because you're a Browns fan too. Do you like the dog pound thing better, or do you like the leprechaun thing? And is now the dog pound thing just done with, and now it's just the leprechaun
Right.
thing?
They
No,
just
no,
switched it
I'm
up.
being dead serious. Like, what is the deal? Like, what is it? Are we just done with the other shit? Are we just done with the dogs now, and we're just leprechauns?
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
leprechauns are scary motherfuckers. I mean,
Yeah. I
I'm not
mean,
trying to say anything bad about it, but honestly, what happened? Like, honestly, is the dog pound thing done now, and is it the leprechaun thing from now on? And which one do you guys like better? Avila, what's up, man? Isaiah McKenzie, Pickens, or Brandon Ayuk? That's a good one. Probably not going to play McKenzie at all. What about you, Hammer?
I don't know, man. McKenzie, that's a no go for me. So it's
Yeah.
really between Pickens and Ayuk. Um, I think this is Pickens here because Ayuk has a lot more competition for targets. So I'm going to go Pickens here just because he's going to have way more of the target share than Ayuk. Ayuk is the fourth option at best on that team right now. And that includes Debo, Kittle, and CMC. So I'm going with Pickens here.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Ayuk. I do, and if I always say one of my bold takes before the season was Ayuk has more receiving yards than Debo, but uh, yeah, this is it's tough. But again, no Claypool, so Pickens has got some more chances now. Damn. I don't know. You could go either or, but Debo's back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, let's go Pickens. Let's go Pickens. I'll go Pickens too. But it's a toss up. You can really go either or, and I hate really not taking Ayuk. But Patrick says he likes Cleveland for the upset this week. That's not biased. I got Cleveland.
That's like saying I like the Packers over Dallas.
Delusional says to start 9 would probably start Foreman every week rest of the season, but worried I won't be able to get a late 23 second for him anymore after this offer. Yeah, but you're doing all that just for you should be able to do it. Can you do it just straight up? Just could someone just give you a second for Foreman? If you could. I don't know if we would just want to give up all that other stuff, you know. Let's see if there's anything else he wrote in here.
Cooks is expected to play.
As Beat says, he's eating. White is eating into Fournette's workload moving forward. He has pretty much 50-50 last week. Yeah, listen, he does have a lot of potential, but you just got to be mindful of what you're spending on some of these guys. I mean, you know, I don't think White is a 3-down back kind of like. You know, he's going to be a workhorse guy, so it's just rough sometimes spending on some of these guys. He can definitely have a role, but. I'm trying to find that trade again. Yeah, I mean it's just too much. I would just try, like I said before, just try and buy White straight up for a second or whatever, a third and a fourth. I don't know. Combine what you can. I don't think I want to give up Terrence Marshall on this deal. I think I want to hold on to him and see what happens, or trade him, you know, at a high point. Just trade him straight up for a pick if you want. I would kind of just go that route, really. And I don't remember if you said you were rebuilding or not. No, I don't think you said that in any of these. To sober thoughts, Super League tight end streaming is basically impossible. I might just punt the tight end position until I'm contending. Absolutely, absolutely. Get the guys that you need. Build up your guys that you're going to build around. Try and get those pieces, and then worry about your tight end afterwards. Unless you could get Kyle Pitts for the cheap right now. Like I did, or I've been telling people to do, but yeah. Muhammad just traded Geno, DK, and Jeff Wilson for Jonathan Taylor. Geno, DK, and Jeff Wilson. Geno,
what?
It's probably a 1 QB league, I'm guessing. So Geno probably might.
No, why are you doing this?
Might have a great QB. And then you're losing DK. Jeff Wilson, you probably maybe even picked up off a waiver, so he might not matter for your team. And you lose DK, so are you good at wide receiver? I'd love to know who else you have on your team before I.
No, I do not like this one bit.
Well, it's kind of like I'm saying, I might not mind it. Hold on, he's got two. I think this is the team that he's got here.
Yeah, but that's fine. But you can, for that package, you can get way more than Jonathan Taylor.
Hold on. This is what he's got now. He's got 2 at QB, ETN, JT, Miles Sanders, Debo, AJ Brown, St. Brown, and Dolchich. Yeah, so we had DK. I guess he didn't need DK because he had Debo, AJ Brown, and St. Brown. So DK was expendable.
Which I'm fine with. I'm fine with.
Got Tua, and he doesn't need Jeff Wilson. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Compared to the team that you still have, I'm okay with it. But yeah, go ahead, Hammer.
No, I'm not okay with it because I'm okay with trading the guys that you traded because, you know, Geno's at his highest point. I've been talking about that. And considering you have Debo, AJ Brown, and Amon-Ra, DK was expendable. That's fine. And obviously, giving up Jeff Wilson, that's not going to make or break your team from a winning standpoint. But Jesus, 3 for 1. You could have got a lot more than that. Try and go get Kenneth Walker for those 3 guys.
No, but Geno's most likely, especially if it's one QB, where he's not really doesn't really mean any. He doesn't he doesn't have much value. So
I
I'm
understand that,
okay
but
with taking the chance on going to get JT because that's a potential league winner if he can return to form. So I'm okay with taking that chance because you would have had Jeff Wilson, who's and Miles Sanders there would have just been flex guys. DK's never going to see your lineup with Debo, AJ Brown, and St. Brown there. And then, like I said, Geno didn't really matter. So I'm good with it. Hammer, I get what you're coming from, but I'm good with it.
no, I want to get a little bit more. Maybe target a guy. Listen, Geno, even in a 1 quarterback league, Geno's still valuable because people have Russell Wilson, people have Tom Brady, people have Aaron Rodgers. We talk about this shit all the time. Target those teams and try and get as much as you can if you're going to be giving up Geno.
Yeah. This might be drunk me talking, but the Packers are turning their season around this week.
Yo, Jason, honestly, when you're drinking, just do stand-up comedy. Because that's not happening, bro.
All right, we saw that one. Sober Thoughts has another option. Davis Price for Juwan Johnson. Boom. Go ahead and do that, bro. Go ahead and do that. Perfect.
Yeah,
Doesn't cost you anything. They've got 97 running backs over there.
agreed.
So yeah, absolutely. Just go get Juwan Johnson. You need a tight end. Go ahead. Fox said Allen is playing. Yeah, that's what they're saying so far, Cadillac. What up, man? Thanks for tuning in again, brother. But yeah, apparently right now he's playing. But again, you don't know what can happen come that game time, and he starts warming up and throwing the football a little bit and tweaks it or something. So you just got to be careful. Got to follow it up. But yeah, if he's playing, then you got to absolutely play him. Avila said Dak or Fields.
Woo.
I think you got to go with Fields. It's been top 5 the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks now, whatever it is.
And they are playing the Lions.
And they're playing the Lions. So, yeah, I'm also considering Gibson or Wandale Robinson, half PPR. What you got, Hammer?
Yeah, this one, this is a little tougher for me. I know Dallas is playing Green Bay, and Green Bay's supposed to have a good defense, but they're banged up, man. They lost Rashawn Gary. They lost Eric Stokes on the back end. So I still go with Fields here because I think that the Dallas Cowboys are going to try and run their way to a win. Zeke and Pollard are probably going to be really big in that game. So, yeah, give me some Fields against Detroit and then Gibby or Wandale. Yeah, still give me Gibby. I don't trust that Giants passing game one lick. It's really Saquon or bust with that team. So, yeah, so give me Fields and Gibby here.
Yeah, listen, Gibby's running back kicks and shit, punts. I mean, he's also been getting a lot of receiving work as well. So that's a encouraging sign. And Wandale Robinson, I mean, we don't know how many targets that guy's gonna get. I think Galladay's supposed to come back this week for whatever.
I don't think that matters.
I don't think so either. But yeah, give me because I think he's gonna give you solid. He's gonna give you decent production at least. J-Man said, I think this is a good trade. I'm offered Taylor for Juju and Patterson, so I get Taylor. Yeah, Patterson, I mean, he's pretty much in a split backfield now.
He's in a three-headed backfield.
So I don't think he's getting the majority of the carries anymore. Plus, he's old anyway. But and then Juju, if you don't need Juju, then yeah, I'd do this trade. Like I've been mentioning, he's got just a bad target share. I don't know if that's going to keep up or not. And that will kind of even itself out as we saw the first bunch of weeks in the season. But they say they're playing Call of Duty together now. So you heard that?
I got nothing.
That we saw. More Dolchich talk. A Broncos fan wants him off of me. He has my 23 first. Give Dolchich and a 2024 second, not mine. Random middle. I get my first back. Fuck yeah, bro. That's exact, bro. I say this shit all the time. I'm like, bro, just see if you could throw it a second and see if you could grab there first.
Yep.
Bro,
yep.
But that's the perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And those are the kind of trades we talk about where you target a fan, and if you get people who let their fandom interfere with their fantasy team, fucking take him behind the woodshed and get everything you can.
Yep.
Listen, if I had a choice to play Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers right now, I'd be playing Kirk Cousins if that was my option. And that's just the bottom line.
Yep. Zach says that. Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, that was Jonathan Taylor. Zach said I would smash that shit so hard, but let the guys above give their take. No, man, of
Oh,
course.
hell yeah.
Everybody is always welcome to throw their takes in here. The only thing, Zach, is like I said, we have a lot of mixture between redraft and dynasty. So some are dynasty, some are redraft. But yeah. And all right, Zach. Oh, he said dog pound. Hashtag dog pound. All right, Zach. So the elf is the brownie elf. He was the original logo mascot based on the Brownie Beer Company. It's heritage, brother. I love the elf, just not the version they put on the field. That one sucks.
That shit looks so weird.
I don't mind both. Yeah, I mean that. I'm just asking: is it still both? Like, is it both, or is it just? I don't know. I honestly like the dog pound thing. I think that was kind of cool. I think you
I
guys
liked it too.
on that the dog pound thing with the fucking chain. Yeah, man. I was. Leprechaun is more of an offensive thing. Just imagine having the Legion of Boom and Greatest Show on Turf on the same teams. You're thinking too much into it. I just want to know, bro. I just want to know.
It does
North
feel
out,
like
bro.
it popped out of nowhere.
Dog Pound is separate. It's the name of the fan group stadium pit. Okay.
But it
I
felt
do.
like it was part of that. It felt
It
like it
did.
was the identity.
I did. I did feel like that. It was like it's a nice little identity. Definitely good for Pickens. Yeah, that could be good for Pickens. Absolutely. If
And
he was
Deontay for that matter.
and Deontay, both Steelers in general. Zach said, Jason, I don't know. JT has been rough in redraft. He has been. Probably depends if you can afford giving up the depth. Not sure how Tony will affect Juju and didn't catch how Patterson played this week. Yeah, he didn't get much carries. Patterson, he got 3 points. It's like a three-man backfield over there, as we were just saying. But yeah, Juju is likely drafted late for most people, and so he's pretty much could be expendable. And like I keep mentioning about the target share, I don't think he's going to keep on producing like he's going to.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, and JT has been shit, but when you're not giving up much and you're getting a guy like JT for the cheap, where you can wait on that production, where you're not paying for elite production with what you're paying for, and then to possibly get that's league winning type shit. So yeah, that's what I like about it. What do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, see, the issue with me is that you kind of have to buy those guys low, but how low, right? And I think the key there, and Zach hit on it exactly. If you can afford to do that without giving up so much depth, then I'm cool with that. We've seen a ton of guys that have ETN and Walker on their team, and they could say, hey, a guy like JT is expendable, and I can give him up. But I don't know. Buying him, it would be tough for me because what am I willing to give up? You know what I mean? Like if I have
Well, you're
three,
giving up Juju and Patterson. You're giving
yeah,
up
I
one
would do that.
Patterson.
I would do
I'm
that.
doing it. Yeah.
Because Juju probably isn't your wide receiver 1 or your wide receiver 2, really, if you got your team the way you want it. So, and then, bro, Patterson is in a 3-headed backfield. Huntley is a part of that backfield. Algier is a part of that backfield. I really do like Cordell Patterson, honestly. So, yeah, that would be tough for me to give him up because I do like him and I like the way he runs and I like what he's turned himself into, particularly on the Falcons. But yeah, no, giving up Juju and Patterson for the upside of Taylor should be worth it. Now, the Colts look like a mess, though, so you got to take that into account.
Of course, but yeah, you're getting them for cheap, so go ahead and smash that, brother. Avila go Vikings gonna kill Bill. I'm from Burnsville.
I don't know where Burnsville
We
is.
are gonna kill the Bills, but let's go, Avila. Let's fucking go, baby. I actually got some Vikings shit. I actually got to hang up. It just came in the mail. I've got some kind of I'll show y'all some fan cave shit. So I'll put it. I'll have it up here for by Mondays. I'm still Jonathan Taylor, though, not a big redraft guy. I listen to you guys. Yeah, I mean it's kind of similar though, but yeah. Patrick, Zach, you're right about the dog pound. Yeah, Zach's part of the big Dynasty crew. Patrick, Zach, you're right about the dog pound being that area on the east end zone, if I remember right. But Hanford Dixon is the one that started that the year of the drive. That was '86. Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't around in '86, and I didn't probably start watching football till around '94 ish, '95.
Yeah, I was a specimen in my pop's nutsack at that point. So, Zach, 85 or 86. Yeah, yeah, you got these brown guys in here.
That's funny.
Guys, I don't think I missed any questions. Let me know if I missed anybody's questions in here. But Cadillac said, should I trade Ramondre and Kelsey for Henry and Walker? My tight end would then be Hawkinson. My running backs would be Henry, Walker, Jacobs, and Connor. Ramondre and Kelsey for Henry and Walker.
But
I
he
just
had
feel like
Hawkinson.
Ramondre and Walker are probably similar. Kelsey and Henry, I mean,
But he has Hawkinson. I would try and give up Hawkinson and keep Kelsey.
yeah, I don't think I want to do all of that. If you want to get rid of Hawkinson and one of the running backs for a better running back, I'd go that route
Hmm.
instead of doing it this way. I agree. I'd rather keep Kelsey. I'd rather keep Kelsey as well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'd rather if you want to go that route, I'd rather
Zach's
keep.
one of the boys. I love it.
Zach is pretty awesome.
I'm still swimming at my father's balls until '93. Oh shit! All right, my bad, Hammer. I had to laugh at that one.
No, that's beautiful. I love that.
I tried to trade 20 combos with a running back and TJ, and no one wants to buy. Well, listen, wait another week. I don't know when trade deadline's coming up. I don't even know when trade deadlines are. Are they up?
It's coming up in another week or so, week or two maybe.
Uh, listen, if you got to stay where you are, you're not in a bad position anyway. So
I
uh,
agree.
I would say this: wait another week, and when TJ goes off, then you see who wants TJ. In the first game he had 9 targets. Somebody's got to possibly want him. Otherwise, just you can stay where you're at, bro. You have a good squad there. I kind of want to trade for Walker, but his playoff schedule. Listen, Walker's a guy that it doesn't
Don't
matter,
worry
bro.
about the schedule when it comes
He's
to
gonna
a guy
get
like
20. He's
that.
gonna get 20 totes. He's gonna get the rock.
Yep.
Oh, I think I missed that one. That was earlier. My bad. Ramondre one was after. All right, we just went that. Auden or Higby. Higby's been shit.
Yeah, this is
Brait
Otten.
Brait did just come back, but I think Otten played well enough where I don't know if Brait's going to have a huge role. I think Tom Brady really does like Otten, so I'm going to go with Otten too. Hammer Higby has been a puke piece, as we say.
And the Rams are just terrible, and Stafford's probably not going to play.
Is Najee going to have his breakout game this week with 15 plus points?
Probably not.
I mean, he could, or he could just be the next fucking Trent Richardson. I mean,
Wow, that's a good. That's
oh,
a
that
good.
on ESPN actually. I'm not going to take credit for it. I've seen it on ESPN, but yeah, it is a good thing to think about. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, he's just not 100%, and that offensive line is just that garbage because he does like have no chance. Like the dude just gets hit in the backfield like crazy. But I don't know if it's going to be his breakout week. You can probably count on 10 points. The thing you can count on is like 15 touches for Najee. You could pretty much lock up 15, 16 touches for Najee. Right?
Yeah, I mean you're good. The volume is there, but it's just Jesus, not enough. Especially where he was drafted. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Should I trade Gino and Olave for Fields? Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I do like it. I'm gonna guess that you have some other wide receivers. I'm sure you got Olave decently late where he's expendable for you. And if you're gonna move from Geno to Fields and giving up, an expendable wide receiver, then absolutely I'm all for it. What you got, Hammer?
Yeah, I'm okay with this too. Just based on like what you said, where you got Gino and Olave. I mean, listen, where you got Fields too is probably in the similar range to those guys anyway. But Fields has the highest upside here, and I've been on this thing where I love how Gino's playing, but get the maximum value you can. And right now is when you could get the maximum value for Geno Smith. So yeah, I like this.
Oh yeah, we saw that swimming in Pop's nutsack. Kind of like I've tried like 20 trade combos with the RB and TJ.
Yeah, you hit this one.
With the RB and TJ, and no one wants to buy. Yeah, that's all right, bro. They'll buy next week though. Patrick, hold on, fuckers. I'm only 33, bro. I just turned 33. It's crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy. I'm like, damn, I'm 33. Holy shit.
I'm a little bit older than that. Not by much,
I
but
wasn't watching football in '88 either. I'm just a true Browns fan. I'm not like Hammer. I don't claim the Super Bowls when I could barely tell you about the history.
we're doing this again, Patrick. We're doing this again. First of all, I didn't claim Super Bowls that I haven't seen. I saw the 96 Super Bowl, and I obviously saw the 2010 Super Bowl, which is a lot more than you've seen, Patrick. So what you got there, Chief?
Yeah.
All you got is whack ass quarterback after whack ass quarterback after whack ass quarterback. Do I need to go down the list? Should I start? Tim Couch, Johnny Manziel. How far do you want to take this? Jimmy Clausen? How far do you want to take this, Patrick? You let me know, Chief.
Outsole said he's got 10 parlays for tomorrow, hoping one hits.
Ooh. Outsole, talk to me. Tell me what you got. Throw it in the chat. What are some of your picks? I like that.
Zach says redraft, need a flex this week. He's got Ayuk, probably should play him, but there's also some WW guys I like. I have Pacheco, White, Damian Harris, Dubes is down. Would you drop any for Gallup, Peoples Jones, or B Rob? I mean, Peoples Jones is interesting, but he's just, I don't know, it's hit or miss kind of.
Peoples Jones has actually been really solid. I was thinking about trading for him in Dynasty.
He has been solid. That's what I'm saying, but he's been still inconsistent. And then again, what happens when Watson comes back? That's why everybody's trying to, buy him right now, basically. So I'd probably drop Dubes, pick up DPJ. What do you think, Hammer? I probably won't give up Harris just in case Stevenson goes down. At least you got Harris, you got Harris that you can plug in. Pacheco, kind of same thing for me. White, kind of same thing. So I'm okay with keeping those guys. But Dubes, I think, would be the expendable one. What do you think?
Yeah, and Dubes is coming off an injury as well. So he's a little banged up, as is every single Packer that I could think of note. So yeah, Dubes could hit the waiver wire right now. That's tough for me, to be honest with you, to even say. But if you're picking up anybody, I like me some Michael Gallup. I think he's really going to be one of those underrated guys going down the stretch that is a perfect kind of flex guy. I mean, especially, and I like Ayuk too, but the problem I have with Ayuk is just so much competition for targets there. It's going to be hard to see him having a week that's more worthy than a Michael Gallup, who really only has CD and Dalton Schultz to compete for targets with. And especially as Dak gets ramped back up, Gallup gets ramped back up. So I would like to pick up Gallup. If you could be a little patient, play Gallup, but Peoples Jones will probably give you some immediate return if you don't want to go with Ayuk.
I mean, I'm still rolling with Ayuk. I mean, last 3 weeks, half PPR, 24, 12, 17. I mean, 11 targets, 6 targets, 83 yards, 82 yards, 81 yards. Like,
Debo's
he's
coming
still
back
getting
though.
rocked. I know Debo's coming back, but like I mentioned before the season, I don't care.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, absolutely. Ayuk could definitely come down, but I do like Ayuk. I do agree with you on Gallup, though. I like Gallup as well. You could go with either one. I'm just gonna lean the DPJ side for whatever reason, but I do like Gallup there too. So it just depends who you like better, but either or, definitely. Daniel said Rondell Moore or Curtis Samuel, full PPR for flex. Rondell Moore, pretty easily for me. I think Hammer, you love you some Rondell Moore, don't you?
Yes, I do. Ever since I picked him up in that trade, I'm 3-0. Give me some Rondell Moore, baby.
Zach says, bro, bought out his Tim Couch nutsack and dropped it on us Browns fans' faces. He did.
I know my stuff. Zach, you know what? You
Patrick,
know what? Zach, that wasn't
Patrick's
meant for
asking
you.
for it.
Right. Zach, that wasn't meant for you. Patrick wants to test me. I know my shit. I dropped that on him. All right. Zach, that wasn't meant for you. Zach, you're a cool dude. You haven't tested me at this point. I rock with you, Zach. Patrick, I want all the smoke. All the smoke.
Oh shit. Daniel said I played Dion over Swift last week and got my ass kicked anyways. Didn't matter. Fell to 7-2. Yeah. I mean, I don't remember who I told you to play. I probably told you to play Swift if he's playing no matter what, but I don't even remember. We could have told you to play Dion, or maybe you chose Dion over when I picked Swift. I don't remember. Let me know what it was. Who did I tell you to play, or who did we tell you to play? I know you said you wound up playing Dion, but yeah, it didn't matter for you anyway. But Swift hopefully gets some more looks this week. Fournette lower than 72 rushing and receiving. Marquise Goodwin higher than 18. Um, Walker rushing or receiving TD. Evans 5+ receptions. I like the Walker and the Evans. Um, I don't know about the Goodwin. Or the Fournette. I'm not sure. But yeah, I like the Walker and the Evans. I like the Walker over the 79.5 rushing yards. I think we got. I have this damn thing pulled up. I lost last week, so I got no money in here. Like I had like $14 last week. I used it all. But yeah, I do like the Kenneth Walker. I don't think I love anything else about this game. Maybe you take a chance on the. I don't know if you want to take a chance on the Lenny 43 rushing yards. He hasn't done jack shit, has he, lately? White, the Evans, 5%. I think I like the Evans. Evans is not a bad one. I think I like the Evans one too. I'll go into some more of those in a second. Gino higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Listen, we rocked with that last week. Was it last week or the week before? And we won. We rocked
Gino?
with the
Yeah, I
Gino.
believe that was last week. Yeah.
We rocked with
Right
the
on the
Gino.
money. Gino, 2 touchdowns. Right on the money.
How many Packers are in the Hall of Fame? It's okay. I'll wait.
He didn't get to the question, Patrick. You want smoke? I could bring it. Go back to that question. What's the question?
How many Packers are in the Hall of Fame?
I believe it's somewhere in the high 20s. I believe it's 26, 27. I think obviously Brett Favre got in, so it's got to be in the high 20s. It's like 26, 27, somewhere in that range.
Which RB you like more, Kamara or ETN rest of season?
Ooh.
That's a real good one.
That is a terrific one. I don't. Oof. I think I like ETN, dude. I think he's a younger, fresher back. I think getting J Rob out of there was big time, and that just opens the floor for just a very, very, very high volume for him. Kamara, the PPR matters. There is a
That's what I
case.
was gonna say, because ETN hasn't been getting the receiving
Right.
work that he
The
should be
PPR
getting. But
the PPR matters, but I think I'm still going to go with ETN regardless.
no. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with ETN too. It's real close though.
Yeah, it
It's not.
definitely is.
They're gonna finish around the same. But yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with ETN. I've loved since before the season started. I fucking
Yep.
hated J Rob always, and I took a lot of shit the first couple games when J Rob was going ham.
Yep.
But he
Patrick
turned
wants
out.
more smoke. Patrick, you see, you keep
You
bringing the
love J
smoke.
Rob, right? He loved J Rob, didn't he?
Who?
Did Patrick love J Rob? Somebody loved J Rob. Or no, Chicken loved J Rob.
Mm. So, do you even know what years and who were your first two Super Bowls was against? Yes, Patrick, I know because the Packers won Super Bowl 1 and 2 for your information, and it was the first two Super Bowls. I believe it was in the mid 60s. The first win was against Kansas City, I believe. And the second win, I don't remember who the second win was against, but the first win, and by the way, our quarterback was none other than Hall of Fame quarterback Bart Starr. Thank you very much, Patrick. Next question.
So Tyreek Hill, 7.5 receptions, higher or lower? Probably hit the lower on that, but for this particular game, I don't know, man. I don't love doing it's just that's a high amount to try and go over.
Yeah, I
So,
always loved the yards for Tyreek. I know, what was it,
but
93 on Underdog?
yeah, it is a little high. Davis Mills, 2.5 rushing yards. I love taking the unders on them rushing yard QB shits.
Yes, he
Um,
does.
I
Yes,
love
he
doing that.
does.
Brissett, lower than 31 and a half, over 31 and a half passing attempts, lower.
Robert Woods,
Yeah,
lower.
you could probably get in there. Robert Woods, 30 receiving yards. You probably do lower on that
Lower.
too. Um, I don't love them, but yeah, I'd probably go lower on those. Yeah, I'd probably go lower on every single one of those. We'll see how that turns out.
This is a good one.
Higher, 21 rushing attempts.
That's a good one. Were you taking higher on that one?
Like it then. Yeah, I'll take high. I'll take one to get the rock. But I'd probably just rather go for the yardage or the touchdown if that's possible, other than the rushing attempts. You're like a damn chick football fan. Oh, the uniform's pretty. My favorite color is green. Oh, I like eating cheese, so I like the Packers to get to.
Well, first of all, when did I ever mention the colors? Like, what?
Uh,
Now, Patrick, I know I got you because you couldn't get me with my knowledge of the game, so you want to resort to colors and all this other stuff. Stick to football, my man, and we'll have a real conversation because you have nothing, zero. You got nothing.
Daniel said you guys advised me to go with Swift. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Swift is, what do you have, Swift or Deion Jackson?
Yeah, it was Swift or Jackson that game. Look at his games. Hasn't hit over in the past 3 games. Who?
Is that the rushing
Saquon?
attempts?
Maybe, yeah. That's why I don't look at the rushing attempts unless it's like really low, like 13. Like Eckler has some of them where it's like 12, 13, and it's like I
Yeah.
take the over on those all day. But I like those are just I'd rather go for the yardage or the touchdown than something like that because that's tough, really tough to predict. Cadillac said full PPR for which one was that? I don't remember. Oh, Kamara or ETN. Yeah. If it's full PPR, honestly, I might just go with Kamara.
Yeah, like I said, that's a tough one. I just love his. I love ETN's everything he's doing. He's just awesome.
Want to upgrade at receiver? Who should I trade between Tua and Herbert? Whoever the other team wants, I guess. You can go either or. It just depends what the other team would rather like. I mean, if
Yeah,
it's a one QB league, I'm not sure what receiver you can get. So it just depends on what you can get. That would depend on who I would give up, honestly. I don't mind either one. But it's just what can I get? That's the more important part of it.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, as much as I love Herbert with the questions at wide receiver and everything, especially in redraft, trade Herbert, dude. Roll with
Yeah,
Tua.
for this year,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, like I said, it just depends on what the other team wants. Like, would they rather have Tua or rather have Herbert? Who are they willing to
Yeah, for
take
sure.
in order to give up what wide receiver? So that I think that's kind of the way that you have to play. It just depends on what they want.
Yeah.
Um, Outsole said Fournette. Oh, Fournette. You're talking about Fournette. Which one was Fournette? Uh, oh, he's talking about the prop on Fournette. It was. Shit, I lost track of where it was at. Oh, first off, y'all only got 23, and you've been a damn franchise since 1919. The Browns weren't in the NFL until 1950, and we got 17.
Patrick, talk to me about the Super Bowl era. I don't care about 1919. I don't care about any of that. I said this before to you already. Talk to me about the Super Bowl era. You got nothing. Scoot.
66 and 67. It was against the
Whoopsie
Raiders.
doo. Oh, you got me, Patrick. You got me because I didn't know something from 66 or 67. The Packers are a better franchise than the Browns. Everybody and anybody and their mother knows it. Next question.
All right, let's see what we got here. Chubby, we're set. See, I'll take the percent lower than like the 15 rushing yards. I like doing some of those shits. Because they've got to really bust one out. You know, see if there's anything else we'd love in here. Peoples Jones with more than 3 catches. I think that's feasible. 48 receiving yards.
For who?
Uh, Peoples Jones
40, what's it? 48?
40, 40. Oh shit, where was it? 48
48 and a
receiving
half?
yards or 3.5 receptions.
I'd go with the receptions there.
Yeah, I was thinking the receptions too. I kind of like that. So if you got Peoples Jones in there,
Hold on. I just looked it up on Google. The Green Bay Packers have 28 individuals in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Thank you very much, Patrick. So where are you getting your information from, Chief?
Dak said full PPR. Taysom, Fryermuth, Dolchich this week have so many injuries. One game out of playoffs. Slight
Hold on.
underdog.
Another one. 1967, the Packers beat the Chiefs. What is Patrick talking about? Where are you getting your info from, bro?
Hurts, Swift, Monty, Diggs, Pittman, Ayuk, tight end, and stupid defense and kicker. Taysom, Fryermuth, or Dolchich this week. I mean, Baby Gronk's been good. We did just talk about Taysom. I always got that, same kind of floor, but I think I like my dude Fryermuth. not sold on the Dolchich thing yet, and even still, I mean, he's been good, 11, 8, and 10, but Frymo's been doing that too. So yeah, I think I got Frymouth there. What do you think, Hammer? Of those tight ends?
Yeah, it's baby Gronk. Taysom's just too up and down for me, and Dolchich plays on the Broncos, so we never know what that offense is going to look like. So yeah, this is actually pretty easy in terms of Fryermuth.
Hurts, Swift, Monty, Diggs, Pittman, Ayuk. Not bad. I like the squad. Stupid defense and kicker. Yeah, defense and kicker does piss me off sometimes. I'm like, why don't I just get rid of this fucking shit?
So
Like,
I was
when Justin Tucker's getting you fucking 20 points, it's like, bro, what the fuck?
I was considering getting rid of kicker and defense in my league. I actually brought it to a poll, but I'm considering doing that next year. Oh, what does Patrick got? What he got nothing.
Hold on. He's
You
got a
got
bunch.
nothing.
Said earlier, Brett Favre was your latest inductee. Well, that hill about Leroy Butler, who got inducted last
Okay,
year.
Leroy Butler. All right.
He said it's all. He said it's all love,
No,
Hammer.
it's
It's
not
all
all love,
love,
Hammer, because Patrick, I got you because you said that the Packers had 19 when they have 28, and you said that the Packers beat the Raiders in 67 when they beat the Kansas City Chiefs, which is exactly what I said. So get your information straight, Patrick, and then bring it to me instead of calling me out for stuff I don't know.
I might just start Fields over Lamar from now on.
That's risky. That's risky business.
It is. Can you trade one of them?
Yeah,
He
and just take it out of your
single-handedly
own
lost
hands.
you weeks. I mean, how has he single-handedly lost you weeks? I mean, what has Lamar done? Isn't he still getting like 20 points a
No,
game? Like,
Lamar's been not as good, honestly. He hasn't been
I know he
as good.
hasn't been as good, but he's still got a good floor. I mean, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, 1 week he scored 10, 1 week, yeah, but he still has the huge upside where at any given week he could,
yeah.
he could do his thing. And it's been, I mean, the passing attempts, the two
It's
shitty
been
games
rough.
he had last.
It's been rough. Ever since those 50-point games, you look at the last 6 games, it hasn't been stellar.
But listen, he gets you the rushing, and I mean,
No,
they're
I,
pretty
I,
much almost even right now. I guess you could say Fields and Lamar, but
I get it, but what
Lamar's
I'm
just
saying is you're counting on Lamar to give you 30. Like he's one of your horses. And if he's giving you 20, 18 to 20, that's not going to cut it.
yeah. Listen, you could go start Fields. Like I said, see if you could trade one
Great.
of them, make it easy.
I
Make it
would listen. There's people out there that will take Lamar for a nice package. And if you can make your team better by having Fields as your quarterback and getting 2 or 3 parts for Lamar, do it.
yeah. Some of these are just high. Jalen Warren. They don't even got Najee up here. Here's Kamara. 33 receiving yards,
I think I like
104
that.
receiving and rushing. Think I like that little 33 there. I don't think that's much. Landry, Taysom, Juwan, Pickett. I'll probably take I don't know, rush it. Yeah, maybe I'll take the under. Well, I already got some picks in here, but I'd probably take the lower on the Pickett rushing yards.
You love that quarterback under.
Because they make it pretty decent where it's like, most of the time they don't hit that shit unless they wound up
Yeah,
breaking away for a run. So, you know, Pickens 45 receiving yards. I think I like that. I mean, that's like a couple catches that could be. I'd probably take that one too.
that's pretty solid.
Baby Gronk, even maybe. I'd probably stay away from that one, but that's not a bad one also to go with if you're looking at Pitt. Golf under the 3 rushing yards. You know I love him.
This man's taking that to the bank.
Swift even 23 receiving yards. I mean,
That's pretty solid.
I'll probably just go with the Amon-Ra over on the receiving yards 72. Or you could probably do the receptions too, but it probably I just like the receiving yards easier. Patrick said, "What month is the Super Bowl?" January 67, but yeah, that was the 68 season. Guess what? I bet in January of 68 you beat the Raiders. It was still the 67.
We
Yeah,
beat the
I guess
Chiefs in. No, Patrick, come on.
But it's still considered the season before, even
Right,
though the Super
right.
Bowl's played in
Patrick,
the
stop it, dude.
technically it's played in the next year, but it's still considered that season
Thank
before
you.
that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um,
Because I said we beat the Chiefs in the first Super Bowl in 67. Whatever it is. 66.
We all saw what happened when Lamar boomed, and now Fields is booming. Yeah, I'm not fully convinced he's a must start, but we gotta wait. So
Yeah, it's
he's
tough.
been a must start the
It's
last
tough.
5 weeks, so you've gotta almost play him. Be like, you can't sit him there.
Yeah, like I said, I would definitely.
Yeah, go ahead.
I definitely think that you could try and trade Lamar and get a decent haul. You know, if you feel good about Fields and you want to trade Lamar and really, surround your team with good talent, good pieces, trade Lamar and get two really nice pieces, maybe get 3 good pieces. But that's definitely an option you have. Or if you don't feel that, Justin Fields, you want to wait and see, maybe trade Justin Fields at his highest point and see what you could get from him. But you definitely got both really good value in both of those guys. And you can make your team better by trading either one.
Yeah. Patrick said, he said 23. He was wrong. Okay, so he admits he was wrong about it. You were right. He misread that. But yeah, Super Bowl thing, it's always still the year before. It doesn't matter that they play in the new year for the Super Bowl. Zach said, Dynasty thoughts, name your top 5 Dynasty wide receivers. Here's mine. Okay, yes, I know I'll probably be alone because I value age more than most. No, we do too. JJ, Chase, Waddle, AJ Brown, Hill. Actually, 5 to 10 might be harder. Yeah. I don't have Hill in my top 5, but I agree with you for JJ, Chase. I think I agree with Waddle at this point in time with what he's been doing.
I agree with that.
So for me, JJ, Chase, Waddle, and then I'd go with AJ Brown, and because it's moving, it's different from when I started the season. Obviously, I'm just thinking about now, kind of how it's shifted. I'd probably go with JJ Chase, Waddle, AJ Brown, and T Higgins would be my number 5. I have T Higgins up there, and then I have that followed by like a CeeDee Lamb, and then I'll probably get into Cheetah and St. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs. All that is kind of a little bit after, but that would be mine. What about you, Hammer?
Yeah, honestly, the first 4, how can you really argue with that? You know what I mean? Considering the young quarterbacks that they're tied to, and it looks like the Dolphins are going to go ahead and lock up Tua, if he continues being the way he is with those weapons. And you got to believe that the Eagles are going to lock up Jalen Hurts. So having AJ Brown there and those guys, I have no arguments with the top 4. Number 5, there's really a multitude of guys. You brought up T. Higgins. I was going to lean a little more with CeeDee Lamb, but I actually think I like the T. Higgins a little bit more just because Joe Burrow's so young, T. Higgins is so young. You think that those guys are going to be there for a sustained period of time together, those 3 guys. So, yeah, you could throw CD, you could throw T. Higgins in there. I mean, Tyreek Hill is not, he's a little bit older. and has a little bit more mileage on his legs. So I would go with, a T. Higgins or a CD Lamb as my number 5, kind of 5A ish.
I mean, it's tough. There's a bunch of guys that you can throw in there, and then there's just the subjectivity of just whatever you feel is more valuable to you. Cheetah is having a great year this year, but do I think he's gonna have 2,000 yards every year for the next couple of years? No. So it's just a matter of do you want that few years of elite production, or do you want that multitude of 5 to 7 8 years, 10 years of that production? So just
Yep.
depends what you value more personally, when it comes to those kind of rankings and stuff.
Yep.
But Patrick, I don't know for a fact about the Super Bowls because the Browns' last World Championship was against the Colts in '64. Then we lost to the championship in '65 to the Packers. Yes, y'all won.
Listen, Patrick, I have no, but you have to admit yourself that the Packers are a better franchise than the Browns, both then and now. Listen, the Browns were one of those historic franchises. Listen, they had Jim Brown, they had Bernie Kosar, they had legit players. But in our lifetime, just take our lifetime, however you want to do this, Super Bowl era, our lifetime, however you want to slice it up, Patrick.
Zach says he feel like Hill almost has to be. Listen, I don't knock you for it. There's not a wrong answer, especially when it comes to dynasty rankings. It's everybody's a little bit different. I don't see myself ever trading for him because of age. Same with Cup. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I gave up Cheetah before the season started. Okay,
Ooh,
for
yes, you
fucking
did.
Javante, and
Uh,
this is dynasty, and it hurt. It hurt to see that Cheetah was going off, but I did expect Cheetah to still do good. I just wanted the RB. I wanted that top RB, and kind of screwed me over on it. But it is what it is. But yeah, you got CD Lamb closer to 10 than 5. No, it's not. It's not criminal because he hasn't. I mean, he hasn't proved it yet. So, I mean, he's had solid seasons, of course, but he hasn't been in that, wide receiver one
and
category yet.
and to be
Except for this
fair,
year, obviously, he's played good this year, considering that Dak hasn't been
I
there
was getting
for.
ready to say that. To be
Oh, my
fair,
bad.
the 1 year he was expected to be the number one, Dak missed a chunk of the season, so it's hard to evaluate CD. We obviously know the talent's there. He does have some issues with drops in crucial situations, but I think CD could be in that anywhere from 5 to 7, 5 to 8 range, depending on how you feel about him.
Yeah. First two Super Bowls by the Pack, 66 and 67.
Yes, we got it. We know they won the first 2 Super Bowls. I said that.
Cadillac, Hubbard and Pitts droppable.
Why would you drop Pitts?
Hubbard probably not. I mean, Pitts probably not. I mean, it's not doing great, but it's not going to be like better options out there, especially at this point in the season.
Yeah, why would you drop Pitts? He's an elite talent that can jump off the page on any given game. And considering the shallowness of the tight end position, he's just too good of a talent. No, don't ever drop Kyle Pitts. Hubbard, maybe. If something happens to Foreman, then Hubbard becomes, a decent play, but Hubbard would be the droppable one here.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Pitts. I mean, I love me some Kyle Pitts, especially in Dynasty. Go and get him if you don't have him.
Yeah.
But yeah, 27% target share this year, 34% target rate. It just doesn't show because of the offense that they're in. They're just not passing the ball enough. So
Mm-hmm.
for Dynasty, I mean, he's going to be awesome. But for redraft, it's just it is what it is for right now. So God, I love Javante. Yeah, bro. Fellow Javante guys, you trying to snag him in Dynasty, or are you out? I sold him actually. I sold him. I don't think I'd pay more than a 23 late first. Yeah, the thing is with Javante when he's healthy, I mean, he was a coveted fucking asset. You're paying multiple firsts for a guy like Javante.
Yep.
And when he went down, now it's like, oh fuck, he's gonna miss next season, pretty much all of next season. Or if he does come back, he's gonna come back middle of the season and not be the same. And then it's just a question mark. And then the fact that he was just about to take over, he was getting that game that he got hurt 90% of the snaps. Melvin just fumbled for the second time. Like takeover was coming, and that got me so excited, and it hurt so much more that he went down because we were really starting to see the takeover. And the fact that he hasn't like fully taken, he didn't fully take over yet. We don't really know what's going to happen in the future. So, is he going to come back and be the 3-down workhorse? Like, he wasn't, a number one running back before that, like Saquon, where it's like, oh, okay, does he get back into form? And it's like, we haven't seen it all of that from Javonte yet. So I wound up trading Javonte for Drake London. I was just done with the RB shit. I'm like, fuck it. I need to just regroup and pick up some assets. So I wound up trading for Drake London and tried to get him, for the low basically. But I didn't mind doing that because to me, Javonte was worth any kind of first at this point that he's hurt. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take Drake London. But yeah, so I wound up with Drake London and got rid of Javonte. But yeah, I would take, if you have Javonte, I'd take either a 23 or a 24 first, preferably not late. But I take either of those. If you gotta pay for one, then yeah, I wouldn't pay more than one, a late first. Absolutely. If you can get them for late first, I'll take them. What do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, the problem with Javonte is that that's a bad injury. We saw Saquon go through it, and it took him 2 years to almost look right again. You know what I mean? So you're essentially in a 2-year window with him now. He may come back at some point next year, but he's probably not going to look like the same guy that you expected him to look like going into this season. So by the time he gets to that second year, he's probably, 24, 25 years old. And then, what's his real prospects going to look like? If you're talking about Dynasty, it's going to be really hard to project him out past the next 2 years or so. So his value has just declined considerably, and a late first. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with giving up a late first because, what you're going to get as a late first is probably going to be somewhat equal to what Javonte is going to be. So I don't have a problem with that, but it's just going to be really tough because, his value's taking a hit. And a lot of these guys, it takes about 2 years for them to get fully right. And that's what the real issue here is.
Yeah, that's the thing is they said his injury, it wasn't like Brees Hall's where it was just kind of clean. Like this one was more like JK's, they said. So I'm just like, if it's a question mark, like, and I can get anything valuable out of it, like, and then I can always reassess the situation once he does come back. If I want to buy back in, maybe I'd do it at that point. But for me, I was like, fuck it, I'll just take Drake London and take that chance. And then, because that's just going to be a better asset and a more tradable piece. So I like to just treat shit like currency, and I'm like, I just want whatever people think is hot. That's what you want, so you can move shit when you need to. Um, Zach says, I don't mind that trade. You wouldn't be getting good production from Javonte till like 2024. Exactly.
Yep.
So London situation is improving as a solid. Exactly. And I
Yep.
also have like either the 101 or the 102 for 2023. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just draft the RB anyway. He says he has 3 tight ends: Kelsey, TJ, and Pitts. Yeah, then at that point,
Yeah, but don't.
I guess you can drop Pitts at that point. I mean, there's no reason to carry 3.
Try and trade him. See what you can get.
Go Gino or Goff. Gino.
Well, hold on. That's not a slam dunk. Gino is playing Tampa Bay. I mean, I know they're not.
Been good. They suck.
No, they haven't been great, but it still gives me cause to pause. I don't know why. Maybe it's just I'm a scarred Packers fan, but I wouldn't discount Jared Goff here. I know he hasn't played great the last couple of weeks. I'd still take Gino, but it wouldn't be a slam dunk for me. I'd really have to sleep on it and kind of decide in the morning.
It's not a slam dunk, but I mean, I guess it is a slam dunk. But I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, if Gino did if Goff did his thing. But Gino's just been consistent.
Consistently good. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, we know the Packers are garbage, Patrick. We know.
What exactly are the Browns?
Paul Brown greater than Vince Lombardi. Otto Graham better than Bart Starr. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers put together.
Hold on.
The running back you'll ever had. I won't even use Jim Brown.
Hold on. What's the Super Bowl trophy called? Oh, that's right, the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Boom, mic drop. Patrick, go home. Click off. Click off. Click off.
Can't touch Leroy Kelly or Bobby Mitchell. Y'all damn lucky Ernie Davis got sick.
Vince Lombardi Trophy. That's what it's called. You got nothing.
Well,
That's mic
guys,
drop.
throw them last questions in the chat before we hop off. Again, we appreciate all y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe. Super, what up, brother? I just got offered Chubb for Mike Evans and Tua PPR. That's a smash accept. I have Fields. You got Fields and you're got offered Chubb for Mike Evans and Tua. Yeah, I'll take it as long as you got some other wide receivers to play. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would see if I could try and get another piece as well. Those are two solid, Tua and Evans. That's really solid production. I know Chubb is tremendous.
You got the hammer and the and the Blanc approve.
Get another little piece, as Blanc likes to say. Can I get another little piece?
Zach, fun hang with y'all. Check on the kiddos at the sack. Yeah, bro, of course.
Zach,
Tim
always
Couch
a pleasure,
forever.
Zach.
Dog pound. No problem. Thanks for tuning in, man. We
Tim Couch forever. Hashtag. That's a good
appreciate you. We're on tomorrow morning at 11. I think I'm gonna do the giveaway tomorrow, or should I just wait till Thanksgiving or some shit?
Just the sooner the better, dude.
All right, so fuck it. We'll do it tomorrow. I'll announce that shit tomorrow. We'll have a winner for the card. I'll mail that out. Just gotta hit us in the DMs.
Yes, sir.
And the other questions, throw them in, or else we are out of here, and we'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Are you here? Are you on tomorrow morning, Hammer, or is it just me?
Yeah. No, I'm solid. Go tomorrow. I just gotta take my mom to work in the morning, and yeah, I should be solid.
All right. All right, perfect. Yeah, we'll make some more of this content for y'all. We've been slacking a little bit. We've just been doing the lives, but yeah, we'll put some other shit out there. Patrick, Zach, Super, everybody that came in, movie fans.
Yes. This was good stuff today.
Zach, Cadillac. I don't know if I missed anybody. We missed G today. Daniel, Outsole, everybody that was in here. Appreciate y'all. Avila. If I missed you, my bad. But appreciate y'all.
Humming the song? Are you humming the theme song?
Later, guys. Well, appreciate y'all. 11 Eastern, bro. Yeah, my bad. You're in Arizona, so I don't know what time that is for you. But yeah, we're Eastern, so we're on 11 to 12 Eastern. We usually do an hour in the morning. Just do some last minute start sits questions, or if we change our mind on anything, we don't know. But all right, peace out, y'all. Cadillac. We out, boys.